Hello. We're
Oh my
here.
God, we actually started on time.
I know. We're like actually listening on time for once.
We're here.
It's a miracle. It's not 7:40.
Weird
It's not
stuff.
7:50. It's 7:30. Everyone rejoice.
We
And
did
be glad in it.
That's
We did
because
it.
we weren't talking about something dumb beforehand, and we're just like,
Yeah.
we'll start in 15 minutes.
I would like to
No.
argue to say that we never talk about anything that's dumb.
True.
I
Inherently
never
dumb.
talk about anything dumb.
No. We talk about the most sophisticated topics like world politics, the state of the universe, humanity in general, and then the occasional conversation about movies and media.
Yep.
And favorite pizza place.
Yep.
Favorite
That's
pizza
favorite
place.
pizza place.
The stream, not beforehand.
The best tier list ranking. Favorite pizza stream.
Everyone knows Pazos
What?
Pizza is S+ tier, and that is
Yes,
the only one. I
Pazos Pizza S+
Pazos is the
tier.
best.
The only place you can get the Dale special. Because, for everyone who doesn't know, and I know I said I was going to get this going real quick, but for anyone who doesn't know, a lot of this is based on a fantasy book I've been writing. My fantasy book ever became popular enough where someone was like, yo, I'm going to open up a Pazos Pizza restaurant based on your fantasy book. I would just be so rock hard right there.
If they
And
don't
I
serve
think,
the
I
Dale
think the
special,
more likely situation would be like Pizza Hut realizing, hey, the popularity of this thing's really
probably.
big. I'm going to repackage our Pizza Hut packaging and make a fake Pazos pizza thing to jump on that gravy train. Or knowing their relevance in social media, it would be Arby's. Arby's is like, we've got a pizza burger, and we're gonna make something called Pazos.
100%.
it's the Pazos Pizza
That is very much Arby's.
Come down to Arby's.
Ethan, you got a dream
the
big.
Pazos.
It's gonna be in Disneyland. It's gonna be at Disney, and it's gonna replace Pizza Planet. You're just gonna be a Pazos Pizza,
Holy
just right
crap,
there.
A restaurant in Disneyland would literally.
There you go. Dream big.
New goal. I don't even want my books to be popular. I want a Disneyland restaurant named after Pazos Pizza.
It's even okay if it ends up being the Good Dinosaur of books.
At least give me a little bit of credit. I'm not the C tier of Pixar.
At least Finding Dory.
To state I've never seen The Good Dinosaur, I'm only going off of what my wife has said, and she said it was not very good. So,
have you seen Brother Bear?
I have. I heard it's the same
you've
movie.
seen The Good Dinosaur.
Wait, one of them turns into a dinosaur?
No, but literally everything other than that fact is identically the same movie.
I feel like that's a big plot point of Brother.
It is the main plot point of Brother Bear.
It is the wind that gets the ball rolling, but Brother Bear is about family and accepting who you are, and literally everything else that happens in that movie
happens.
It's about that.
One could argue that all of the Fast and Furious movies are about family and discovering who you are.
Why would
including the one where they go to space? Okay. Damn it. We're going off topic here. I love it. Has anyone seen the extended version of Fast 9 yet? I have not.
An extended
Yeah,
version?
the
director's cut just
is an extended version of Fast 9. Why we needed an extended version of that film, I don't know. But
does it contain Mark Sinclair, hashtag Vin Diesel's, aka Vin Diesel's apology / recruitment of The Rock for Fast 10? He read his letter, so he put it on Facebook trying to get The Rock back. He calls him little brother. He opens it up with little brother, and I was like, this is not the way. This is not the way.
Vin Diesel. There's a lot of gold on that cutting room floor in Fast 9. And it took someone with courage to say, we will not deprive the people of what they need.
Or shots of cars at commercial angles. All right.
Or if you remember American Dad, all Fast and Furious movies are just gay pornos that then just get
love that episode so much.
Remixed. They take all the gay porno out, and then they just
last script before Paul Walker died. They found it in a plane crash, and it was just a gay porno between Vin Diesel's character and Paul Walker's character. It's phenomenal. That episode's hilarious. All right. Now that we've left you off with the Fast and Furious 9 extended edition, if you've seen it, tweet Brendan. I've seen the Fast and Furious 9 extended cut, so we know that you're out there, and we love you all the same.
Comment to all of Renekai 5.
Do not flood my Twitter.
Mark Sinclair. Hashtag Vin Diesel's real name.
Yeah, flood Brendan's Twitter with "I've seen Fast 9 Extended Edition," and it is the Citizen Kane of our generation. If we get 1,000 floods of his Twitter, 1,000 posts of his Twitter, I will literally eat a shoe on this stream. I'm saying it right now.
Dang.
Wow,
Alright,
we're
that's a
going,
lot
we're
of
going there
people
for
on.
views.
We're going there for we're eating
Going there
shoes.
for views.
We're
Claire.
officially eating shoes, everybody.
Yup.
We made it.
That's where our stream's gone. Eating shoes. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Let me get some music going in the bot, which I learned today that this horrible new Discord bot, I have to replace him because the only way I can actually loop songs is if I pay.
Ooh.
And I feel like
we do not like to pay.
we don't. There we go. Yeah,
I did find one that seems like it might be okay. I would have to go pull it back up.
Send
If you wanna-
send it over to me, Brendan.
If you want to subscribe to Renekai 5 stream, though, you can
Yeah.
help pay for those looped songs. You
Yes.
can hear
There you
these
go.
great tracks
That-
on repeat
that
behind
is a
our
thing you
awesome
can do.
being.
So I
That
do
is
not
something
require
that
it.
you. Yes, please
Aw.
subscribe. Give us money. I want Renekai 5 to shout out that we got a $100 donation this stream.
Yeah.
There are many hungry DMs in this world that need $100 donations to eat. All right, let's get started. So,
And Ethan's
last-
not one of them.
yep, I'm not one of them. Last time on our Elyssia stream,
Ooh. Oh, the bots.
Excuse me.
We're good.
Oh man, I'm trying to think of where we actually started last time. The party was headed off to meet Thrakis, the butcher, that they
Yes.
had been informed by the Nimble Right that had shot him down, and he was the one containing or had gotten the Stone of Amazia that the party is looking to obtain to get away from both Sliva and to get away from Xanthro, the necromancer leader. So you guys headed off to Thrakis' butchery in the first layer in Old Town specifically. It was positioned in an old windmill, and Arthur and Darby decided that they were going to good cop, bad cop this kind of situation, I guess you could describe it, or just be bumbling investigators, maybe is the better thing. Well, Nugs, Marilli, and Jamie, thank you,
Yes.
were going to sneak in and see if they could find information, find the stone, something along those lines.
Sentinel not nice.
Unfortunately for Marilli, you guys directed her to go through the door that had a bunch of people in it. So she just immediately turned around, left, and went back and kind of hung out on her own. While Jamie and an invisible sentinel, thanks to Darby casting invisibility on him, were able to freely explore the windmill, where they received further confirmation that yes, Thrakis does work for Sliva. Yes, he does take the departed bodies of those who oppose Sliva and cuts them up and turns them into eatable meat for people. And Darian was not there because he was hanging out in Iceland. So he went back to he got a slight fey cold and headed back to the Zafar Inn in fear that he might fly away if he sneezes.
He didn't want to miss his date, so he
transported
had to
himself
nurse
to the
it.
Feywild. You know how it is.
We had an absolutely excellent exchange between Darby, Arthur, and Thrakis, which ended up getting equated to Holmes and Watson, the Oscar-winning film by Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. If you haven't seen it, by all means, please watch it. It is worthy of its name.
Toddy Investigation Services for you.
Hottie Toddy investigation. You guys ended up
That is
kind
gonna
of
come
getting
back
under
at some
Thrakis'
point.
skin.
Oh, sure.
Kind of revealed your hand. You had a quick battle. You dispatched him relatively easily, and he told you that he'd already sent the stone on to a meat pie shop. With that information, you guys,
Meat pies.
Yep, which basically Jamie and Sentinel got the same information as well from their exploration. So they headed off to Cuddle's Meat Pies to see if they could find the stone. And when they got there, they saw quite the scene, which consisted of two dead bodies that had been horribly tortured with technically one of them was killed pretty quickly, but the other one had been horribly tortured, and a young woman was tied up in the back who'd also been horribly tortured. In her hysteria, she was able to reveal to you that they gave the stone to a person named Desirant, who also works for Sliva, before a bunch of black hooded robed figures arrived and tortured them. Feeling for this woman, the party opted to help her and take her to the Temple of the Goddess to seek respite for her injuries, but they ended up having to pay a small donation to have it done. If you haven't noticed, the theme of this world is that the church likes money a lot.
We actually got stopped on our way to the church before we got there by
Oh,
Yes,
thank you.
by some
Bugbears.
Yes, bugbears who are
hired by Anson.
Rictavio. Fight almost broke out, but the party kind of talked them down. The bugbears made it very clear: we're after this. If we see you again, we will kill you. Stop. But we all know that's not going to happen.
Of course not.
So the party,
they were so nice to us.
I know.
the party did take this woman and had her looked at by the temple, and then they headed off to the next location, where Desern would have gone to pass off the stone, which is a theater. Upon arriving at the theater, they learned they cannot enter right now because there's no show going on, and the nimble right robots that have been stationed out front told them they cannot buy a ticket at the current moment in time because they're not able to. They're not business owners of Highwater. Right now, the current show, The Champion and the Dragon, is currently the most sought after and sold out show in all of Highwater. And the only people who are able to obtain tickets for the show are well-to-do business owners, which the party was quick to remember that Joel Stevenson, in fact, has tickets to the show. And they decided to head back to the Zafar Inn to rest, since the show is the following night, and then talk to Joel and see if they can't convince him to part with his tickets so they can get into the theater. And that is where we will kick off today's session. You guys have arrived at the Zafar Inn. Marilli has headed back to Pazzo's Pizza to talk to Joel about the tickets, and you have all long rested at this point. One thing I actually did forget to note, Jamie actually went off. He is not going to join the party. He is going to enter with the Servants Guild members who are hired by the theater. He kind of staked them out, figured out what their uniform is, kind of tried to determine when they may or may not enter the theater, and he kind of has a game plan going forward here. And with that, now we will move on with the session. The sun rises over Highwater. It is a winter sun. The blizzard continues, and as you awaken, you see that there is a good, probably foot of snow outside. There are currently many a street worker looking to clear it from the Highwater roads. But with the volume of snow that falls from the sky, they are not quite able to clear it as well as they would want to. It will still be difficult to get around the city as the snow continues to fall and leave near whiteout conditions.
I guess I will, at this point, if we're all, I don't know if we're all awake, but if we're not, I will get up and kind of see where everyone's at. If everyone's up, I'll check on Dorian, see if he's able to get up and is no longer ill.
I am certainly up.
And kind of
How
rally
are you feeling today?
the trips.
It's really ironic because I'm actually sick in real life right now. But I think I'm feeling good enough to join you on your adventure. Let's go.
Oh, dude, let's go. So, Darian, Sentinel does have some important news for you from our adventure this past day. Is that right, Sentinel?
Right. Very important news. The important news
Sentinel remembers
that I'm about to tell you that I totally remember from the last
I'll
night.
nudge Sentinel and whisper in his chicken ear, it's about Aster and
that
the night.
information,
Chicken hole.
The show, you know,
You
the
don't
tickets,
have
the
an
show,
ear.
the double date.
is that you and Aster, we got tickets. We got tickets, you're going to a show. You're having a good old time at the show together.
That's partially true. Okay, Sentinel clearly has already forgotten. So we're doing a wonderful little heist at the show, and unfortunately, you have to cancel your double date with Aster and Joel and Marilli in order to help us heist this stone from.
Yeah, we're taking her ticket.
You
We
are
need to be there.
not going
We
to
have
the show
confiscated her
with
ticket.
Aster.
And as much as you may be relieved to hear your date is canceled,
Yeah.
all of us
Disappointed, right.
obviously know she will be disappointed.
Yes.
So you owe it to her to let her know.
even though she was never informed this was happening in the first place.
Oh,
but-
she wasn't? Okay, who cares then?
No.
If she didn't know it was
No,
happening.
no,
I-
because
No,
we-
this
because-
was never
yes.
established at all.
Okay,
Yeah, we
alright.
never told Aster
Alright.
because we were
There
just.
was a conversation
Yes.
between Jamie, Sentinel, Marilli, and Joel that they could use the tickets so
Yes.
Aster and Darian could go on a double date with them
Yes.
together. It
Well
was
before
never
Aster
told
showed
her.
up.
Well, there you go, Darian. You got out of your date. Congratulations.
We had a surprise date for you planned. I don't know if we even told you, but
I
I
don't
gotta
think
stop
so.
getting sick. That's all I know.
yes, you do need to stop.
This was
getting sick.
actually the session before you got sick. This was the
I
the
know.
last session. It
Yeah.
was the session.
You were
before.
present.
Yeah.
You just didn't go with Jamie and Sentinel when they
Yeah.
hang out with
When they made
When
this
we
Joel
plan.
early. You went
found
with the
out-
other group.
Yep.
Well. Anyway.
Hey, you
I'm
still
sure
have
she'll
the
be
dinner
disappointed.
date.
How you feeling?
Please, buddy.
Yes, you do still have the dinner date though. We
You
did
still
not
have the dinner
cancel
date at
that
the
one.
most-
Yeah,
That's
that restaurant is still rented out. But regardless of that, we need to survive this event. There are going to be lots of people here. Does anybody know what this dude looks like? We're looking for a Desert. That doesn't sound like a very common name, but I'm not just going to go around the theater shouting Desert. Do we have any sort of indication of what this guy looks like?
You don't.
Yeah, not
No
really.
one asked the lady, the previous, or when you were at the, when you were at Cuddles Meat Pies, and Deserins could be any name. It could be an elf's name, a human name.
Question
Wait,
for
no,
you.
I thought we knew what the guy looked like.
No,
I
that's
did
why
know.
I asked. I don't have
I
any
don't
notes
believe
on what he
they
looks
told
like.
you what they
C-
looked like previous session.
C7 saw who shot him down.
Yes, so who shot him down? That was the
It's
Butcher
Thrakus.
Thrakus.
Butcher Thrakus.
Oh,
shot
yeah,
him.
yeah,
So this is they got passed off to some of the Meat Pies, and the Meat Pies passed it off to somebody else,
Yeah.
and that's who we're looking
Okay.
for. So
Yeah.
I guess here would be I don't know if you can do a memory check, DM, but we as owners of the Zafar Inn did serve a lot of Sliva's gang. Could Arthur remember serving a Dezerin at one point?
Or gambling with him as Darby?
That is a fantastic question, and I'm not going to make you roll for it. I'm going to say that you do, in fact, know of a Dezerin
Hey.
due to your inn's prosperity in the last 6 months before the attack. Dezerin isn't actually a male at all. It's a woman going under a code name.
Okay.
Short black hair, human woman. She is one of Sliva's agents. She would frequently come into the Zafar Inn. Gamble occasionally, not a whole lot, Darby, but she would drink her weight in booze, Arthur, and seemingly not get that drunk.
Okay.
So you have an idea of who this person is.
Okay, so we
So-
did have a Dezerin who used to frequent the Zafar Inn. And I know she can hold her liquor, so trying to booze her up to get information out is not gonna be a good
No.
plan.
Probably gonna have to take a more.
She said she's a
Direct
direct
approach?
agent of Sliva, so she's high up then.
He's high up.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna be making some enemies tonight.
I mean, at this point, who knows?
It's if we get caught.
We are interrupting Sliva's whole operation.
As well, let the chef know we destroyed it. Like, let's be real here. We've got 7 different people all fighting for this thing.
Yeah. We either gotta turn this thing around real quick.
You also have
or-
Tetra out right now, too, doing
Yeah.
God knows what.
Right.
Granted,
She's-
oh, never mind. I was gonna say something, but
No, go
Jamie
ahead.
was not.
Go ahead.
I'm not there, but like I feel like at some point we would have had a conversation about why we need the treasure hunt lady at all. Like if it's that easy to get this treasure, if you have this thing, why are we settling for 50,000 crowns when we
Well-
could just have all of it?
I believe it's
I'd
because
say
she
on this
knows
stream,
more
If we
about
had this
it.
conversation beforehand, Arthur would have made it very clear that he believes we are settling for 50,000 crowns. Arthur never shook on anything and does not intend on including her in
That's
the grand
fair.
prize if we find it without her. If
We've
she's
done a
crucial to
whole
finding
lot
it,
of stuff.
we'll figure it out. But
Because right now we've done a whole lot of stuff.
Yes.
And almost died.
she did get the
So-
ball rolling, though. She did help kind of give us a front load of information about this. So we had no clue what this stone even was.
Well, we would have found it in the fight of getting our bar back.
I guess.
So she essentially just stepped in and be like, "Hey guys, do you want less than 20% of this treasure?" And we're like, "Yeah."
as you guys are talking about whether you should take all the treasure and what Tetra means to this entire party, there is a knock on the. Well, I guess not really a knock because there's a giant hole in. Marilli pokes her head into the giant hole of your inn that still remains, and she goes,
We'll fix it.
Good morning, everyone."
Really?
Yes.
And behind her comes Joel, kind of all coming in with a bit of a pomp and stance kind of swagger as he wanders in, and he's like,
Joel?
"Hey everyone, how's it going?"
I'm assuming you have the tickets?
Well, Marilli kind of gave me like the lowdown on everything, and I do have the tickets.
Good.
And I can get one more, because this is awesome that we all want to go see this show together. It's like back home when I used to go to these movie parties, and we would stand out for midnight releases for hours to see Transformers 2, Revenge of the Fallen. At midnight, you have to get in line for 4 hours. It's like that, but we don't have to wait in line, and I just got tickets for all you guys, so it's kind of
You
easier.
can do a lot.
Not quite sure what a transformer is, but
I don't know.
You're
did
probably
Marilli-
better off for it.
Fair enough. Did Marilli inform you that we are not interested in seeing the show?
Yeah, Marilli kind of gave me the lowdown, some stone, like a mystical treasure, creepy necromancer, Xanthro Willow Spark. Oh, brings the Pontiff back to life. He kills me. I come back to life. All that shit. Yeah, I got it all.
Okay, so as much as we all love your aloof attitude about this, you do understand the danger you are putting yourself in.
Dude, I've been in so much danger. I got killed by the Pontiff. I went to an ancient city and got attacked by a giant stone golem. I met a vampire. Dude, I've been around. Like, Bill Stevenson. Fuck, man. I'm the former champion. Like, yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I'm not gonna even push it. Sure.
No,
All right.
If you think you can handle this, then
Oh.
you can handle
Well,
it.
I've never handled anything. Dale's a fighter, Jail is a fighter, and Marilli knows magic now, so I kind of just stand in the back and just, let all that shit.
Perfect. That's exactly
all
what
you
we
need
need
to
you to
do.
do at this theater. We need you to
Yeah.
sit back, watch the show, and be Joel Stevenson.
That I can in fact do. Besides, I Marilli got my back. She, Marilli, you know how to conjure meteors and shit down now, right? Marilli just looks at him and is like, "No, Joe, I can make some fire, but I, as we've been over many times, cannot cause meteors to rain down from the sky." I'm sure you'll find that ability at some point, and beat the final boss with it or whatever.
As great as that would be, I think that'd be a little too directed. Make too much noise for what we're trying to do here.
As he says that, I'm just gonna look over at Darian and just go, "See, look at this foolproof plan. We've already got step 1 out of the way. Joel does nothing. Check. We got it."
Honestly, the plan
Oh yeah,
should
man!
work from here.
I just want to see the show. You know how hot this show is right now. As long as nothing fucks with the show, I'm totally cool with what's going on.
We'll find out.
Yep, that was it. Arthur's just gonna be in his head foreshadowing somebody fucks with the show.
As it turns out, Desiree is the lead actress.
Hey, it is an all-female.
It could be.
Group,
She could very well be one of the actresses. We could actually mess this show up.
She's playing Jayla. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All
That'd be
right.
great. Anyway.
Oh man, I
Yes.
should have invited Jayla to the show. She would love to see someone playing her on stage.
I don't. I can't
don't
speak for
believe
her,
you.
but I don't know if I would like that.
I don't know. I'd love if someone played Joel on stage. Like,
Now that I believe.
the story
Yes.
of Pazzo's Pizza on stage in musical form. Now that's Tony winning right there.
What about on ice?
Holy
It is
shit,
winter
I
right
know.
now. We could get something
On
on ice
ice?
going.
Story
On
of
ice.
Pazzo's Pizza and my glory on ice. Marilli, why aren't we doing this right now? We need to invest a large amount of our profits into making an on-ice show about us. This is fantastic.
There you go.
Marilli
it
is
should
just
be
like, I'm assuming we have a plan to, get into the theater and everything, and what we're doing once we're inside.
Honestly, our plan right now is walk into the front door with our tickets.
that
and
sounds.
Find Desiree.
That sounds wonderful.
Or anybody else finds Desiree.
Yes. That is our plan. We don't really have a plan.
All right. And Joel pulls out, throws on the table. 5 tickets, 2 to cover Marillion himself, and 3 to cover 3 of the 4 of you, since Jamie is entering on his own accord. Joel will need to buy an extra ticket, which he said he will go right now and go buy. And with that, Joel runs out to buy an extra ticket before they are officially all sold out.
Well, we've got some time before the show starts. Or before they'll even let us into the theater with these tickets anyways. Now it's
Was
probably
our
a good
plan
time.
just is our plan just to get in when we can and walk around looking for this woman? We know what she looks like. Just accost her and try and take the stone.
I don't know if we want to be so direct about it, but we don't really have much of a choice, do we?
If anybody else has learned, especially so, we got accosted by those bugbears last night. Work for
Yes.
Blowhard up in the sky. They accosted us with no problem. We didn't even have the stone. This woman is probably in danger, so if you want to play it like we're here to help, but she works for Sliva, so I don't think she'll care very much. This may be we need the stone before anybody else does kind of situation, and if she gets nasty, sorry.
I don't know if I'm necessarily going to kill her.
No, I'm not saying kill her. I'm just saying remove the
I
stone
mean,
from the person.
self-defense, you know, if she does start trying to swing, we will probably want to fight back.
And I'd be remiss to assume she's alone. If she's as high ranking as we believe she to be, she's either followed by a bunch of people or she's very quick.
Yep.
So she's passing it off to somebody. Sliva's got this thing moving faster than I believe he would.
Man.
Because
I
in
don't know
one
who
night
she's
it moved
passing.
from the butcher to the meat pies, and from the meat pies to Desrin before those cloaked fuggers even got to the meat pies to torture that information out of them.
Yes. The stone is moving very, very quick. So, what do we think? Do we want to be direct and just go up to her and fight it out of her, or do we want to try to be a little bit more covert about it and
I
try
think
to
that's
take
plan like Z. I'm not against doing that, but I think drawing attention to us by accosting somebody, especially
it? Yeah.
4-on-1, is going to bring a lot of attention, and then anybody else looking for that stone is going to be on us like hotcakes. We do have Jamie going in as somebody who works there, so either A, he's going to get in there early and at least be able to case the place and know what it looks like, maybe know a good spot to corner this person at, or it may even have an advantage of finding her before we do. Only problem is we can't talk, like, he's not here, so we have no way of. What do we want to do? I guess as a group, Darian, Sentinel.
Jamie, out of curiosity, after you staked out the theater, did you come back to Pazos, or did you sleep in your vantage point?
Well, because I have to get a card, and I know I don't have a card,
That's right.
Yes, and I do.
so I have to catch one of these people before.
Yes, that is right.
And pickpocket.
So I was still at the vantage point.
Okay, I just wanted to double check and make sure you hadn't gone.
Yep.
Continue, Arthur and Darby.
Darian, Sentinel, you've been awfully
Yeah,
quiet.
you
How do
guys
you
got
want to
enough?
approach? I typically defer to Darby for plans, but again, I know those plans typically suit the two of us.
Yeah.
We've got you two in here, and you're as much a part of this team as we are. So
Can always fall back on invisibility again. So that assumes she even has it on her.
True. I mean, I'm
Even still,
personally
it
a
was
fan
Invisible
of-
chicken time.
I'm personally a fan of not
No
going
offense,
in
Anthony. I
guns
don't think we'll be
blazing.
making you invisible.
you are in full agreement there, Darian. I don't think guns blazing is smart
No,
for
I don't
anybody in
either.
this situation.
I think the less attention we draw, and the more covert we are, the better it'll be. We want everyone
think-
to
I
still
think
think
somebody
Desiree
making a
has the
dis-
stone.
Yeah, and I think making a distraction for Desrin without doing her off as to what we're trying to do is a good idea. So if like Sentinel bumps into her, and it just kind of like strikes up a conversation and can like hold her attention, maybe one of us can swipe it off of her. That's the best I've got.
You know, I do have a slight idea of something. Well, if we want to make sure people still think she has the stone, we could try to swap it with something.
Not bad,
That way
yeah.
it still looks like there's a stone there, though we don't know what it looks like per se, but we have heard descriptions of a stone with 3 eyes on it.
Yeah.
So
Would
we just grab a random rock from the street, paint it with 3 eyes, and put it wherever the real stone is, and walk out.
Sentinel, what's your thought?
What are you thinking, Sentinel, though?
Would our friend, would she know what it looks like since she knew of it?
We certainly could try asking her. I don't even know if she's conscious.
Yeah, we don't know where
the
she
lady that
is.
you helped yesterday.
I mean, her...
Sentinel, you mean the injured lady that you took to the temple?
Yeah.
You could check. Arthur does bring up a good point. She was in pretty terrible straits.
She may very well be dead by this time, which we didn't know if she even made it.
Could even attempt to ask the lady from the house too that had the stone originally.
We want to go back.
Actually,
She's arrested right now. We'd have to go back through the barracks. The only reason we even got to talk to her was because Jayla vouched for us.
we could talk to C7. He carried the stone. He knows what it looks like.
That's true.
And the complication with that is the only person who has any connection with C7 and Nim is not here right now.
That is true.
So we'd have to build a rapport to where C7 and Nim would even talk to us.
I mean, we might be able to do that somewhat quick. We have a lot of time.
Right. I'm saying that we can't do these things. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I am a devil after all.
These are just ideas. This is even if we want to pursue the idea of swapping the stone to begin with.
Right.
Which I don't think is a bad idea, so that people still think it's there.
Doing Indiana Jones, just drop something a similar weight. Like
I
I
don't
said,
know who
I
that
don't
is, but
necessarily
okay.
mind. I don't necessarily mind your idea of picking up just a random stone off the ground and painting 3 eyes on it and dropping it on her, because no one really knows what this thing looks like. So even if this thing doesn't look anything similar to that, if someone else accosts her and takes it off her person, they may think they have it.
Well,
So again, the only other group we saw that was brash enough to stop us in our tracks was the Bugbears, and they didn't strike me as the most refined, educated individuals to knowing what they were going for. If you catch my drift.
I think
Marion,
it's easy to trick
give
them,
me a wisdom roll. Straight
I'm good
wisdom,
with
no
these.
proficiency.
Jack,
just your
Or-
modifiers.
Jack or save? Tell
Check.
me, DM.
Check.
Okay.
Wait, do I add my multiplier to it or
Yes.
Just your wisdom
No-
mod,
no
not
proficiency.
your proficient.
no? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
If you, I don't even
17.
know if rangers are. I assume
17.
they are, so.
Tetra hired you for this job, or maybe not hired you, but asked for your assistance. So you may also have an idea of...
I was thinking Tetra too, but we don't know where Tetra is. Is kind of the problem.
Well, the last time we talked to her, she brought us to the first layer in that one bar. I'm gonna go blank on its name. It's the one that
Highwater
everyone
Inn and
goes to.
Spirits.
Thank you, Highwater Inn and Spirits. There might be luck having her there, because she was staying here, and now there's a giant hole in the wall. So if you're gonna stay anywhere else, I guess that's as good as any to try and find. Merle's a really big fan of Tetra. Merle, do you know where Tetra's at?
Did you know where she likes to hang out?
No, I don't know where Tetra likes to hang out besides Passos when she comes around.
We didn't
Fair
happen to see her this morning, did you?
Nope, I haven't seen her in a while.
Okay. Just making sure.
Thankfully.
I know you don't like her.
Fair enough.
She is a
Oh, no,
valuable asset right
I'm
now.
perfectly fine with Tetra. I just wish she
Okay.
wouldn't hang out with us.
Yep, that's all right.
Sounds like someone
Good
who's
general
perfectly fine with
consensus
another
around here.
person.
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine.
So it's that no.
Yes.
Do you mind being a very conversationalist distraction for our friend Desrin?
Do not mind at all. I will put on the performance of my life.
I love to hear that. Only
Yes.
because you strike me as the most convincing of us, as someone who genuinely would like to strike up a conversation with somebody, most innocently, I guess. It's like if I try to strike up a conversation with somebody, even my best thought out plan, like Hot and Toddy, Thrakus was kind of on to me. So I hate for her to recognize that I served her plenty of drinks. She knows me. She may know you from the bar, but you kind of give off the, how do I say this, a naivete of being somebody who's just genuinely curious and wants to have a conversation with somebody, because I genuinely
just,
believe you
you know,
would.
Saw someone you remember from the bar, and they're like, "Hey, we haven't seen each other in a while since our bar blew up.
Let's share our life story.
Yeah, how's your day going?"
I would
If
be
I
more
do that,
than
it's
willing
way
to.
too obvious
hear
that I
that.
have ulterior
That no.
motives.
So, from what I'm gathering here, the party's goal is to enter the theater at 5:30 when the show starts and look for Desiree. And once she is found, have Sentinel speak to her, and the party will attempt to use a rock to transpose the real stone with the fake stone and attain the Stone of Amasia. Does that sound correct?
That is
That
our best
Yes, that is, I think,
assumption of a
our
plan
idea.
at the moment. Yes.
Yeah.
And you're selling Sentinel short. Sentinel will enrapture Deseret's
Yes.
attention.
Sentinel will enrapture Deseret.
If that's what we're doing, Darby will walk out, just grab a relatively decent, like, palm-sized stone and bring it in.
You find one
A
with
stone
ease.
that looks like the Stone of Amasia. Like if you look at
Yes.
that, looks like a Stone
Yes.
of
That's
Amasia.
it.
I don't suppose
That's
anyone
gotta
happens
be
to
it.
have some
Darby,
paint lying around.
you should grab a few of different sizes just in case.
Oh.
That way we can at least get the weight right.
That's true, that's true. Darby will grab like 3 or 4 and be like,
So
alright, which one are we
Darby-
thinking?
Darby,
I really
you
gotta
grab-
sell this.
Darby, you grab 4 stones of varying shapes and weight to possibly use as the fake Stone of Amasia. Would you like to paint 3 eyes?
Oh, yes, I'm painting 3 eyes.
I'll say there's some paints and stuff in the Zafar Inn just from your remodeling,
Okay.
and you're able to kind of paint these. Actually, give me a performance roll here, real quick.
Is anybody proficient in forgery?
I am not. I'm only
There's
proficient
no
in cards.
There's a
Forgery skill.
forger's kit, isn't
Yeah,
there?
there's a forgery kit.
Yes, there
There's
is, but
also, I
I'm-
think,
anyway.
painter's supplies, I think is a...
Yeah, I'm not proficient in
I'm
either.
not
That's
proficient
what I was
either as
asking.
well.
Darian. You're gonna, or I'm sorry, not Darian. Darby, you're gonna do this at disadvantage because you're not an artist.
Okay, that is fine. I'm a con artist.
You're a con artist, but you're
Oh,
not
yeah.
an artist.
And its performance? Dang,
Yes.
that is really unfortunate. The first roll is a 20. The second roll is a 2 for a 7 total.
Wow, that's actually way better than
You're
I
a
thought you were gonna do.
+5? Holy
I
nice.
Yeah,
guess
I have
it's
a 20
it's a
charisma.
charisma check.
Yeah,
It's a charisma check.
I have
So,
20 charisma.
uh,
Of course
so
I do.
you're able to make some kind of eye-looking things on the stone. Most likely, they would pass any sort of muster. But if you're more going for the weight that someone's gonna pull out at a later time and realize they have the wrong stone, it would probably serve its purpose.
Honestly, that's kind of what I was thinking with it. Is I want it to be. It feels like the stone when it's in your pocket. You pull it, and you're like, that's definitely not the same stone.
All right.
Somebody took this, and I don't want them to know who.
So you guys have your plan laid. Joel and Marilli
Man.
have your tickets.
No
Joel
plan.
returns with the
What do you think is
extra
the plan?
ticket to give you guys officially 6 tickets to get in there. And at 5:30, the doors open. So, is there anything anyone wants to buy before this?
I got plenty of it.
Stone of Amasia.
Yeah, I would like
Yeah.
to buy
No-
the stone.
No shop has it, unfortunately, Sentinel. You ask
Dang.
around,
Dang it.
no
They're
one's
all
heard
out.
of it.
They're all out.
I think I'm okay. I can still easily cast invisibility with no problem.
Okay. If that is the case, then Jamie, we're gonna jump over to you then.
Thanks to my arcane focus.
You have had
Chicka.
a sort of okay night's sleep in your vantage point, and upon waking up in the morning, you kind of, I guess, when would you like to try to obtain this license? Do you want to obtain it before the people start making their way into the theater, or do you want to kind of like stalk someone that seems to be kind of making their way there? You can pickpocket it off of them, kind of thing.
Yeah, that way.
That way. All right. So at about 2:30, you begin to see a large mass of servants wearing the black trousers or skirts if you are female, and the white tops that are customary of the theater, like the little ties or bow ties, making their way to the actual theater. Jamie, you kind of see a good cluster of them. It looks like maybe 7 or 8 of them have all traveled as friends or like servant companions to make their way to the theater. What would you like to do?
I think I would just like try to jump in with them.
There is a
To, like,
crowd of
blend
other
in.
people. Yeah, it's not like they are by themselves in this crowd. It is midday at this point. There is a large amount of people around them. It would be of no trouble for you to slip
Yeah,
up.
I would just do
with
that.
them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Jamie,
when I got
you-
close enough to a guy, I would get the card from.
Okay, so Jamie, you shuffle your way down from your vantage point, make your way into the crowd. Again, large group of people. You're able to kind of blend yourself in, make your way up to this roving group of servants that are making their way to the theater. And you kind of scoot up by one of the male servants who is kind of chatting kind of flirtily with one of the lady servants. He's kind of trying to make his moves. He's shooting a shot, as you could say, rather unsuccessfully. But he's doing his thing. Jamie, if you'd like to pickpocket him, please give me a stealth or a sleight of hand roll.
That is a 16.
So Jamie, as this servant is conversing with his love of his life, you could say, you are able to very easily slip your hand into his pocket and fish around, which you pluck out a paper identification card, which identifies him as Jack. He is human, and he is currently assigned to the Highwater Theater as a janitor.
Perfect. Okay.
Janitors get everywhere.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I'll
Full
just-
access, baby.
I'll kind of walk further up, so like I'm away from him, like closer to the front of the group.
I also
And
believe
then-
you bought the clothes that you need to do this. Would you like to change?
I had assumed that I had already changed.
Oh,
when
you'd
I
already
jumped
changed.
into the
Okay,
group.
good.
Yeah.
So you were actually able to blend in with these people probably even more then, because you kind of just wandered up with them, grabbed your stuff, moseyed on ahead. Jamie, you are in the black trousers, white button down, and have a card to get yourself into the theater.
I would also have the rest of my stuff on me.
Of course, I would assume that you have your healer's
Yeah.
kit, your weapons and whatnot hidden in
All-
different compartments and nooks and crannies of your body.
All the way up. The human body is real. You'd be so surprised where
Yep.
you can get stuff.
Pulling a dagger out from the anal cavity.
Yeah.
That's an urchin for you. You got to keep your stuff close.
The
Butt
secret pocket.
Butt knife.
The forbidden pocket.
The forbidden pocket.
Just as a quick aside, I played a Call of Cthulhu game one time
Yeah.
where everyone was rolling like garbage, and the DM was like, "F this game, I'm done with it." So we had us all get like captured by like the CIA, and we were like, "We're breaking out of this shit." So we attacked our guards. Well, before we got captured, one of the players was like, "I'm gonna slove this knife up my butt," and we're like, in Call of Cthulhu, you don't use a D20, you use a D100. You want to roll low. He rolled like a 2, which is the best you can roll. You want to roll low. So he successfully slid the dagger up his bumhole, and we proceeded to fight our way almost out of the CIA's headquarters. We started rolling so great with nothing but a
Nice.
butt knife. It was
Yeah.
fantastic.
Maybe it's
Amazing.
poisonous too. That's
It was a
septic.
poisonous butt knife. Anyways, Jamie,
That's what I want. All right.
with
Poisonous
all of
butt
your
knife.
items disguised and with your card, you have arrived at the Highwater Theater. You see kind of a
Sweet.
small lineup of servants entering through the right side entrance, which you had discovered the other day when you kind of cased the place.
Cool. Walking in. Once I get inside, I show my identification. Jack, human dude.
Yep. So you are stopped by what looks like to be a security personnel of the thing. He sees your card. You looked at it. Goes,
Look,
"Oi, Manta."
yeah, bored, unimpressed. I will just keep walking in.
All right.
I
so-
will. Oh, go ahead.
Well,
go
real
ahead.
quick for you, Jamie. So you've entered a long hallway. To the left or to the right of you is a door. In the front of you is actually the entrance to the theater, not the stage itself, but kind of that walkway in between like the first row of seats and the stage.
Yep.
It's a fair space. And then to the left of you is another hall, maybe about 15 feet to another door.
Mhm.
You can kind of see the servants begin to spread out. Some go right, some go left, some go forward.
Cool. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the card. Once I walk out, like once I walk away, what I'm going to try to do is try to like throw it behind me so it lands outside, so that when he's like, "Oh, where's my thing?" He can like find it and pick it up. So it's not like a huge, like, because he's gonna be like, "Where's my card?" So I'm gonna try to chuck it outside so it stays out there,
Yep. So Jamie, give me a dexterity roll there.
like a sleight of hand check, because
Because
that
you're
seems
throwing
like
something.
what that is.
Yes, sleight of hand check is okay.
Sweet. That is a 23.
So as you are entering,
You mean
the
something that
theater,
I excel in more?
you pull out your card, and you immediately chuck it behind you without anyone noticing, and it flutters back and lands into the grass just outside the theater as you
Cool.
enter into this hallway.
Yeah, so then I'm walking through. I'm gonna try and like drag my feet because I don't actually know where the janitor stuff is.
Sure.
So I'm gonna see if there's another like someone heading in the janitor direction.
Everyone is dressed the same, so it's hard to tell
Yeah.
who might be a janitor, who might just be like an usher, a general stagehand, those kind of
Yeah.
things.
Can I roll insight to see if I can't
Yes, of course you can.
intuit that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I'm rolling good tonight. That's a 23 again.
23, all right.
It's like
So Jamie, you take a second. You kind of are watching people. None of the servants are really paying you much mind. They're all very quickly going to their places they need to go. You notice a fair amount of servants. Their sleeves are rolled up. These two gentlemen are talking, and they have a very clear conversation of, "Oh man, I hope we can go home at the normal time tonight. Last time they had one of these shows, people had concessions all over the seats and whatnot. It took hours to clean the place." As they had left.
Okay. I'm not exactly sure what I can do with that information. I guess I'll follow him.
Okay. So Jamie, you head left, and you go through the doors on your left, and it's another very long hall. Generally, from what you can tell, it's almost like marked in a way where it looks like people might stand here to be let into the theater if they were to be seated within one of the 3 front row. You
Okay.
follow this duo of men out into the main lobby through another set of doors on your left. This is a long lobby that extends the length of the theater. On either side are box offices where someone can purchase tickets in a less extravagant or less demanded event. And then there in like the center of the lobby, there is this very fine deer-headed structure, almost like a mechanical deer kind of thing that is set in there that's like a deco art piece.
Okay.
Your duo heads into one of the box offices, the one on the left specifically.
Oh, all right. Well, I won't go there. I'll double back and go find.
One thing, sorry, I should note too, there are stairs that kind of lead upwards for the people that would be seated in the upper decks of the theater.
I'm gonna go back towards the stage. It's usually where a janitor, like someplace in the bowels of the place, is usually where the janitor stuff is gonna be. Though, I think I want to. No, that's silly. Oh wait, no, 2 people in the box office. I got it. I'll go to the box office people. I'll knock on the door.
Okay. One of the servants opens and they're like, "Hello." Oh.
Hey.
What's up?
Hey. Just a FYI, if you happen to see a group with a giant chicken, I was told to tell you that to let them know that their party has arrived before they did.
Oh. Okay. Of course. It's a giant chicken.
Yeah.
Wouldn't happen to be the Pazos folks, would it?
It might be. Are there more giant chickens around other than that one?
That their party has already arrived. Is that correct?
The party has arrived before they did. I think there's some sort of like scheduling mix-up.
Understood. I will let them know. Thank you so much for that.
All right, cool. then I'll bop off back to try to go find the actual. Actually, wait. No, I don't need to do that. I keep thinking that I actually have to pretend to be a janitor. No one knows what I'm doing. I'm going to
start cleaning things, or they
goes
ask you
and
like,
grabs
like,
the
"Hey, where are
mug."
you?" Yeah, I was cleaning the toilets. I was.
Oh man, you wouldn't believe how hard it was to get the shine on this floor, man.
Yeah, I was
It
like, wait a
took
minute, I don't
3
actually
hours.
have to do any of that. I'm going to. What I'm going to do, I was going to
You did
spend
a
this
great
time walking from place to place, sort of like I have something to do until people start coming. Or I'll find a spot to hide and just like essentially just hide because I can climb, so I can get in the rafters.
Real quick, if you'll give me just a second here, Jamie. I am actually going to share with you
Ooh.
the entire theater's layout.
Ooh. This does make sense.
I'm so great.
Hashtag meat heist.
Heist.
Oh, nope. Down there you go. Prince of
If only
Farin,
we-
let me know if you, or excuse me, Jamie, not Prince of Farin, because that's your Discord, Roll20 name. Can you see the theater?
I can.
That
Ooh,
is
it's
the layout
pretty.
of the theater right there.
Ooh,
super
secrets
pretty.
are no fun. Secrets hurt someone.
Just in case people are
I
wondering,
laugh.
we
I
cannot
laugh
see it.
as I see everything and you see nothing.
Only,
and,
only Jamie gets it, not
So
us.
to describe
I-
some things to you, Jamie, as you're exploring this
Yes.
place, obviously you can see where the seats are, the different box offices are. In the back behind the stage is where all of the actresses kind of are getting ready. As you kind of bop
Mhm.
back there, you probably see some things that you really shouldn't and are very quickly chased out. But
Yes.
you have the lay of the land. You'll note too, Jamie, at the bottom right of the theater and the
Mhm.
bottom right next to that in kind of a pinkish room, those are like
Mhm.
head offices right there. And as you kind of peer in there sneakily, you see that there's some just big wigs kind of talking about the next show and the money that they're making from the different shows and stuff like that.
Wonderful. So I kind of have an idea of where things are. I know who we're looking for, though, correct? Because I remember we had, before I had
believe
bopped
so.
off, we had,
You know you're looking for a Desert. At this point, you don't know that. Well,
because if they were
yes,
at the,
if
if
you
they were
are
at
part
the,
of the yes, if you're part of the in group, you would know that they are a woman.
Okay, yeah, so-
I think we talked that we had that conversation before we had done.
that was known.
As soon
that
as
was
we
known.
thought about Desrin.
Okay, so then, but I would know that none of the actresses are named Desiree.
Yeah, so you kind of are looking around, like when you
Yeah.
kind of head back and they're all like, getting ready and they're like, what are you doing here? You're just like, you kind of take a quick survey and you're like, nope, 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 nope. And you realize none of the actresses are
All right,
this. There are some black-haired ladies, but they
Yeah.
are not this specific Desiree that you've seen at the safari in before.
Cool. So then, then I think the only thing that I would do that is not I would. What I'm going to do is I am going to go to the curtains. You know the like I have been to so many theater productions. So on the wings there are the things that make the curtains go open and close.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a dagger and I'm going to fray it just a little bit,
Okay.
so that the curtain could just close. If someone were to like walk by and nick it,
Okay.
just in
You do
case.
that.
That's my plan for.
Give me a stealth roll. This place
Ooh,
is
yeah,
relatively
yeah.
busy as people are
Yeah.
working here, but give me a stealth roll to see if you can.
Fair enough. Let's see.
That is
Stealth.
a great
Come on, baby wants a new pair of shoes. No, that's a 9. That's not as great as I would like it to be.
You jinx yourself by calling out your
lucky
good
for
rolls.
you, because I rolled for it, a perception for the general theater. No one sees you do this, because I rolled a 2.
Haha.
Dang.
I don't know. Oh yeah. Okay, sweet. Ha. Take that. It's set. That is set for later.
The right or
and then
left curtain?
Ooh. Well, I mean, theater mechanics would just be the
Oh,
curtain
yeah,
would just.
you would have
close.
one big thing. That's a good
Yeah,
point.
it just closes.
I see what
So
you're saying. Yep, so you
that's
get
what
it
it would.
All
So I
right.
did that. Sweet. And then I am going to just basically keep like facading that I have tasks to perform until people start coming in for the actual bit.
So Jamie
Among Us
is
imposter.
Jamie is pretending that
Yeah,
he
real
works
sus.
here, doing different things. Eventually, Jamie, you do learn that the janitorial supplies are in the back in one of the box offices. And
Nice.
you're kind of able to you're able to gather some of that stuff, pretend to clean, whatever you want to do at this point. No one knows who
Sweet.
you are. Yep,
No,
sweet.
sweeping.
Yeah, a man with a broom. No one pays attention to a man
No,
with a broom.
yeah,
man.
it's like,
You are as
You're
inconspicuous
walking
as
to the
can be.
White House with a broom in your hand.
All
yeah,
right.
So yeah, there we go.
So Jamie is ready for when this Desert could arrive. It is now 5 o'clock, and the party, the rest of you, are ready to attend your show. Does anyone wish to dress up Joel and Marilli, or Joel specifically, has decided to wear a fine 4-piece suit that he picked out specifically for this show, and Marilli is going in nicer clothes, but she doesn't look nearly as zazzed up as Joel does in his fine clothes.
Ooh.
Arthur will still be wearing his duster, but he will have cleaned it and worn nicer pants.
Okay. Anyone else?
I will be putting on some nice formal clothes that are reminiscent of my days on a high-ranking military official's base.
All right, so Darian puts on some more military-esque wear. Darby and Sentinel.
Darby's already wearing kind of.
You are
clothes.
fly, Darby. You are fly.
So I mean, I'm definitely, it's gonna be a little bit shimmerier and sparklier than normal with the mage armor on top, but you never know when you need it. So I'll just make sure the mage armor is ready to go, already prepped, nice and shiny, looking good. Real loud.
Sentinel, I don't know what your plans were, but if you permit it, Marilli comes up and gives you a big bow tie that fits around your thing, and it's got like the little like cuffs, like the little collar, like the shirt collars, but there's no shirt.
Chippendale? He's wearing a Chippendale collar?
He's got the Chippendale.
I'd like to fashion him a monocle. And maybe a top hat. Darby.
He's
you
not
wear a
having
hat?
mine. No.
Yeah, that's a good.
You wear a
good.
disguise.
buy
to look
one,
like
Darian.
You could go get him one. He's not.
Would you like to buy him one?
I would like to go to the hat store.
Haberdashery.
Hatter.
Haberdashery.
How much
That's
would
what
you like
we're
to spend?
I don't have
Arthur
much
would
money.
know.
I'd like to look at the collection.
The cheapest hat they have is 3 copper. The most expensive hat they have is 2 gold.
I'm gonna get him something in the middle, maybe like
1
15...
gold then.
That works.
That'd be your middle of the line hat. Make it easy.
All right, we will get Sentinel a very nice 1 gold hat.
You have Sentinel. Darian has bought you a top hat that rivals Darby's top hat in terms of quality.
Describe to me this top hat, Darian.
It's not better than mine though.
Too small
All right.
for your head.
So Doug Dimmadome.
It's like a little tiny top.
Yes.
Doug Dimmadome.
It's got
Oh,
length and
God.
some decent girth. The ladies will love it.
That's
The one
like a
gold
cowboy
Doug
hat.
Dimmadome.
There we go.
It's a top hat version of the Doug Dimmadome hat.
Yep.
Yes.
Owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Doug Dimmadome. I want to Dimmadome. Yes, but top
All
hat.
right. The
The
top
top
hat
hat
version.
version.
So everyone, especially Sentinel, is spiffied up right now.
Well, I will have my nicest shoes on.
No one makes shoes your size, Sentinel. You have giant, like, bird feet.
I've made my own shoes.
You've commissioned shoes.
Yes.
When did you commission? You know what?
In a 6
There were
month
6
time jump.
months.
Yeah,
There was a
6 months
6-month
time.
time jump.
You never know.
Sentinel, remove
Our grand
gold-
opening. He needed
remove a
shoes.
gold from
Yeah,
your
true.
inventory
True.
because we didn't know this had happened. You have commissioned bird dress shoes.
They don't call them chaps. What do they call those things that you wear like over the top of your shoes? Like those really fancy
Spats.
spats. Thank you. You
you
shouldn't
go.
wear shoes just spats over your talons. That would
There you
look
go.
awesome.
Oh man.
All right.
Off topic. Let's go.
As everyone has
Horrible
dressed,
fancy.
Joel in his 4-piece suit kind of comes over. He fixes himself and he's like, "Fuck yeah, dude, we look awesome." All right, who's ready for this?
I'm ready for the night of my life.
Well,
Oh,
that
it is
one
gonna
will
be
be the night
the
of
night.
our lives.
Of your life, Sentinel. We're gonna show it that Dale and Nugs should have shown up here because you know what? She said she wouldn't fit in the seat, but you're like the same size as her, Sentinel. And we're gonna tell her. We're gonna tell her she missed a show of a lifetime.
I'll take Nugs to one of these shows one day.
Oh. Well, look at that, Marilli. Looks like we might have
I ship it.
another little romance going on here. You know, you got Mr. Antlers on the ferry and Nugs, the 2 chickens.
So,
I mean,
while Joel and Sentinel are having this wonderful, delightful conversation, Darby would like to scan the crowd and see if he can see a glimpse of Deseret at all.
You guys haven't left past us yet.
Left.
I thought we were like outside the theater.
Yeah,
My bad.
you haven't left yet. You just
Okay.
not ready.
Never mind.
It's like
Would you-
we're trying to move the usher the conversation like out the door.
Alright.
He's like, when you're all trying to leave and people are still talking. Arthur's
so-
like, let's go.
Don't want to be late.
So
We
you
want to
guys-
be early, in fact.
Yep, you guys usher the conversation. You move them on out, and you arrive at the theater. And at the theater, you have your nimble rights. which upon approaching them immediately spring to life. You're actually talking to the one that you talked to the other night in the middle, and he's like, well, hey there, buddy. How many in your party?
6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
That's 4 of us.
6.
Marilli and Joel. So
That would
6?
be 6 tickets, buddy.
Turn to Joel.
Same.
Joel, from his pack, plucks out 6 tickets and passes them to the Nimblewright, which immediately takes them and begins feeding it into a center slot in his body. And you hear this like crunching, grinding sound as like the ticket is like up with inside of him. And you see his eyes begin to like light up and spin. And finally it just stops and goes, that is 6 tickets, buddy. You may enter. Enjoy the show.
Thank you.
2.
Yeah,
You too.
you too.
All right.
Not your brightest right there.
Jamie, just a heads up, I am going to hide some of this area since the rest of the party is arriving.
Oh wait, 1 second. Wait 1 second. I will take a picture of it.
No, so just take a screenshot
Okay,
real quick.
beautiful idea. Take a picture of it.
Yeah, let me take a picture of it. 1 sec. There we go.
Let me
Get a
take a
little
selfie.
bigger.
And then a big old
Let me know when
snipping
you're
cool
good.
grab.
You all will see me do this. Yeah, and you think Matt's gonna take a screenshot? No, he's not.
Oh.
He's gonna have
He's
it on his
actually
phone.
taking a picture.
Actually,
He's
just
gonna
taking
go-
a picture of the screen.
We're all
Taking a
good.
picture.
Well,
For the
We're good.
memories. For the gram.
for the gram.
Good?
It's always for the gram. Yep, we're good.
All right, let me just seal off some of the areas here.
Yeah, Darby would like to scan like that. Once we're inside of it.
Actually, wait. I wish we had
Oh boy.
Ocean's 11,
Hello.
but we can't play that song because it's probably
That
copyrighted.
is the layout of the theater
Probably
of what you can
copyrighted, yeah.
explore right now. You guys have entered from the front. You are over where I just marked. As you enter into the theater, a posh plush carpet that is a red greets your shoes, and then you can even tell through the soles of your shoes that it is incredibly plush. There is quite the large crowd around you, and as you kind of enter, Sentinel, obviously you being the most distinguished member of the group, a servant comes up to you, kind of heads up, looks at you, Sentinel, bows, and says, excuse me, sir. We would like to let you know that the rest of your party has arrived and is waiting for you.
Yes, good sir. The rest of the party, I know exactly who they are.
It seems they beat us.
where-
Sentinel.
Where are the rest of our party?
Jamie, where would you be at this point?
I would just be as watching everybody come in, trying to catch the person. So,
Okay. So Jamie, you're also in the lobby, so you see your own group enter.
oh,
And
I
you
won't go over
continue
to
to
them.
just be a lookout at this point.
yeah, I will not go over to them.
Oh, can I clock Jamie? Do I clock Jamie?
Give me an insight roll. Or
Yes.
perception roll.
Talk 'em good.
That is 21.
Dang.
Jamie, are you trying to be stealthy at all from your own party or no?
Oh no, I'm not trying to hide from them. I'm just not
Okay.
making it like we
So
are.
Arthur, you kind of
team.
look to the right and you see Jamie in these servants' garbs for the theater, kind of standing there, arms crossed. Almost looks like he's taking a count, like he's doing this thing where he's kind of like 1, 2, taking a count of who's entering.
I'm gonna scan past him, seeing him, but I'm not gonna like lock eyes with him. I'm gonna like take a sweep of the room, but know where he's at and kind of indicate to the team without saying anything. Like I've clocked Jamie. We're good.
All right, you kind of, Arthur, you're able to either tap him on the shoulders and indicate that Jamie's over there, so you have an idea of where you all know where each other is at this point. All right, what would you guys like to do? The show starts in an hour and a half, though people are already beginning to make their way to their seats.
Is there... Yeah, is there like a gathering, like a mingling space other than just the lobby or...
The lobby is definitely the mingling space here.
Everyone's got to funnel in through this way. So this is if someone's gonna come in, unless they've already come in. This is where they're gonna be. But I know Jamie is looking. So I'm assuming the stage is over to the right. Then these seats are facing that way.
Yes, this is the
Okay.
stage right here where I'm indicating.
Okay.
A big. Well,
Also, to heads up, your seats are up towards the top here.
okay. so we'll have to go up.
Ethan, did you make this map?
I did not. I found this online. I will admit I did not make all of the maps. This one, possibly another one we will be using in this session, were all made by someone else. I had their name. I was looking for it earlier, and I don't. If I find it again,
I was gonna
will
say it
reference
looked like Dungeon Painters, like
It is
assets. I was
it
like,
is Dungeon
"Dang, this
Painter,
impress-
but it
this
is not my
impressive."
creation. It looks very nice.
Yeah. There's
Anyway,
anything to do with
sorry.
the simple tools.
I'm going to stand where this like deer antler thing is,
This thing?
facing the doors.
Okay.
And can someone like hang out here, like we're like chatting? But
Sure, I'll join you. I'm gonna stand off to the left-hand side, to where my back is against this wall, kind of lean up against this wall. So that way I'm facing where this. I'm assuming this is like an armored suit or suit of armor deco. I'm gonna face that way. So the way I'm clocking anybody to the bottom this way.
There.
Sentinel, as you kind of ask this, Joel immediately pipes up and goes, "Yeah, I can help you out here. What do you need? Oh, I know. Yes, I do have quite a bit of money, and I am quite the influential businessman. I am." Kind of begins to talk very overt and loud. He draws a little bit of attention, but everyone's just like, "Oh, it's that guy," and immediately ignores Joel.
more of that, Joel. That's all we want. Just keep, you have the gift of gab, and we want more of it.
All of Joel's charisma stats are like +10.
Oh, boy.
He has the ability to people clock him and then immediately want nothing to do, so they turn their eye
Yep.
for their vision.
Like, oh god.
Alright, so
those kinds
the
of
party,
people.
the
Somebody I
party
do
is
not want to be
looking.
engaged in conversation with.
Well,
The party is looking for Desiree right now, or they're trying to eye out the group. So as you guys are standing there, Jamie off in the corner, I'll say maybe you make your way to the other side at some point as well. You kind of get some different vantage points as a servant. Or in servant garbs, I should say. You're not a servant. You're able to kind of move around very freely. The rest of you are kind of hanging out in this lobby, watching people enter. Some
I do have one
influential
question.
business-
Sorry,
Yes.
before you continue, I do have one question. Are there servants walking around with like white glove like service? Are there hors d'oeuvres? Okay.
Of course.
Just good.
Yeah.
Just want to know. I just want to clock them, kind of see if there's like a system of a route or whatever. But other than that,
You do kind of depict a route. They seem to kind of walk in a circle, a counterclockwise circle around this lobby until they run out of food, and then they head back through these doors down here to the bottom right there to go back to where these are more hors d'oeuvres they can pick up. About an hour and a half passes, and you don't see anyone that fits the Desiree description that you would know from your inn.
so it's just about it's minutes away
It's
from the
showtime. Yeah, it's like 5 minutes till showtime. They've just
Flashing the
made-
lights.
They've made the show is about to start. Please make your way to your seats now. Announcement.
well, I have a feeling we might be dealing with a little bit of an interesting situation here. And I'm assuming Jamie is still kind of in the lobby area. Darby will kind of start
Jamie's
walking
moving,
up
yes.
to where Jamie is.
Oh,
Okay, Darby, you approach Jamie.
I don't suppose you happen to know a good place to maybe change. I got a little bit of sauce on my shirt.
oh, yeah, of course. Sure. Let me bring you over to one of the there's not like outhouse. There's not like bathrooms. It doesn't really work that way.
No, there's no bathrooms in this place,
Is
unfortunately.
there like a washroom though?
Ironically, no.
You know what I'll do? I will say that I'll
There
just
would
follow
be
me.
in the back for the actresses, but not for the general public.
What I will do is I'll say, follow me, and I will just take Darby where the janitor's area is. And if anybody has
Okay.
anything to say about it, then we will have something to say about it. over
That
there.
is up back here in this office, in this cabinet here. So,
Yep.
with Darby, Jamie, you make your way to that left-facing box office. Enter. Kind of the box office hand sees you enter, gives you an inquisitive look, and you let him know why you're going back there with this gentleman. And you make your way
This
into the
guy's
other
got some
room.
more stuff.
It is currently empty back there.
Perfect. Well, Got about an hour of this. You might want to get that hand to maybe leave before I head out.
What are you doing?
We haven't seen Desert, unless you've seen Desert, we haven't seen Desert yet.
Mm-mm.
So I have a feeling
Nope.
Desert might not be coming in the front door. So
So
I'm
you're
gonna
just
need
gonna
to
sit
find.
here?
Well, let's just say I'm not going to be seen for the next hour.
Okay, well then I'll just open the door when I leave, and then you can just
Well, it's a
you
little
know.
strange if a guy walks in and he's just gone all of a sudden, don't you think?
Oh, the guy's not out there like sitting there waiting,
No,
right?
I mean
Guy
me.
for box.
I'm going to turn invisible in this room.
No, I
So nobody
understand that. I
sees
was
me
saying
do
like,
that.
why couldn't I just like walk out? Like, is
The-
the guy standing by
He is
the?
in the box. Yes, he is in the
Yeah.
box office room. He's at like the window. That's his job.
He thought
Oh.
people walk into the room that you're in,
Yes.
and then
It's going to
he'll
be
see
weird if only one
leave.
leaves. Yes.
Oh, okay. Well,
And I want to be a
then,
little covert about this so people don't suspect anything, really.
Okay, yeah, no, I got it. I'll just walk out.
You head on out.
Just walk out after give me like 15 seconds,
Alright.
and I'll walk out.
Jamie, you head out.
I'm literally just going to fall on the guy.
You're gonna fake trip.
Yeah.
Alright, that works.
All right.
It's great.
And I'm gonna make a roll for it. You just fake trip and crash into the guy. He's like, "Oh God,
Oh,
what
God.
are you doing, man?"
Oh, I'm sorry. It's this carpet. I tripped.
Darby will cast invisibility on himself and walk out while this kerfuffle is happening.
Yeah, I'm like,
And follow
God, oh my
Jamie out
goodness,
when he
I'm so
leaves the
sorry.
box office.
He does not see you leave during all the commotion. So, Darby, you are now out in the lobby, invisible.
Does he have anything on him? I would
This
like
guy?
to do a slide. Yeah, I want to do a slide.
In terms of money and stuff like that, no, he doesn't.
Yeah, I just was just like, because classic
no-
pickpocket move. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Oh, gee, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, man, oh.
Nothing crazy on this guy. Like a comb, you find a comb.
I found a comb.
Bro.
Not a nice comb, like a basic comb, but you find a comb.
Hey,
I'll take it.
it's a comb you didn't have before.
You have a comb, Jamie. You take the comb.
I think at this point, like Jamie's now that he's been stealing more, it's just it's like a habit. So he's just like he gets up and after he walks a few steps away, he's like, "Oh, I stole this guy's comb. I can't give it back to him now."
I can totally see Jamie like making him in the middle there. It's, oh my God, I gotta go give this back to this guy.
So I will find a time to give that guy back his comb later, but that's what
Not
we'll
right
do.
now.
All right, Jamie is a comb. Darby is left invisible. They are signaling all of you to your seats.
Darby will really quickly walk up to the group and whisper and say, I'm gonna go check out the back. I know.
Quite startling to hear
warning.
Darby whisper.
Darian is startled.
Yeah.
So Darby, you said you're gonna head to the back.
I'm going to attempt to head to the back. I mean, I'm going to wait for
All right.
staff to open the doors and stuff for me, but I'm going to kind of
Sure.
sneak in through the doors.
Does
as people
everyone
open
else who needs to head to their seats at this point?
Yes, but I would like to establish some sort of signal. Darby, if you see Desrin, do something that we would recognize.
Wave.
it. You're not
He's
gonna-
invisible.
I'll throw a card somewhere.
Perfect.
I'll try to
Or
aim it
you
at
could
you
just
if I
make
can.
a bird sound.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's
saying. Is just come
too,
up with
yeah.
something that we would recognize.
He's gonna do a card. That's what he
All right.
said.
Alright.
All right. So everyone except Jamie. They're all heading to their seats in the back row. So Arthur, Darian, Sentinel, Joel, and Merle are heading to their seats in the upper row. Jamie, what are you doing at this point?
Well, because we're all, and they're not serving drinks to people while the show's going on.
No.
So, I think I'm gonna go. I'm trying to think. I haven't seen Desiree
None of us have.
or Desrin, and everybody else is where they need to be, and the staff thing has gotten me as far as it's gonna get me. I think at this point. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stay backstage.
Okay, you're gonna head backstage then.
I'm gonna head
Well,
backstage.
backstage as you're allowed.
And as close as the backstage as I can get to.
Jamie, I am going to reveal the areas that you are allowed into then, right now.
Okay.
Which are these 2 rooms here.
You want to highlight those rooms again for me? I'm sorry.
Don't
Two in
worry,
the bottom
Corner
right.
rooms.
Boom
Okay.
and boom.
Pink and gray room.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, I'll stand back there. This is the prop area, correct? This over here.
Yes,
Looks like
that's the prop area.
Yeah. Okay. I will kind of stand here and I'll just be like, if anyone asks, I'm just waiting.
You're doing prop stuff. Darby, you make your way to the back here, which I will reveal now to you. Everyone will see this, but that's okay.
Yep.
It won't super matter. You make your way back to where like the main office is, which is here, and the dressing rooms. As you make your way into the main office, again, it's empty at this point. The men who were kind of talking about the show have moved to the main theater at this point. But as you look to your left, you see all the actresses preparing for the show. It's starting in like 2 or 3 minutes at this point. Various states, they're some of them have costumes on, some of them don't. Maybe a bit of a provocative situation for you at this point, but you are invisible, so no one sees you that you're in this office right now.
Even though I, as the player, know, I'm still just going to do a quick scan of all the faces, make
you
sure it's not
perv.
Desiree anywhere in here.
Yes, none of the actresses look like Desiree, you pervert.
And so the bigwigs aren't in this room right now at all?
No, they're not. They have made their way. Actually, I'll say, Darby, as you were entering the office, you actually saw them leave. That's how the door opened so you could get into it.
Perfect. I will walk in there and start looking around.
All right, give me an investigation.
Since we might be seeing some trading happening, maybe one of the bigwigs is what we're looking for. Ooh, that's bad. That's a 6.
So as you're fumbling around like the different papers and this office, you find a lot of ledgers related to financial information. You find out that their next show is going to be a winter festival story, which is about a young boy who wants to buy a toy crossbow, but his mom's afraid he's going to shoot his eye out. That's the next play that's going to.
Oh, sounds interesting.
I heard that one's good.
Yeah, I've heard
It's
pretty
really
good.
good. It's
That's
a
a
holiday
classic.
classic.
That's by Manuel Lynn Miranda.
Yeah, it's musical, all that jazz. They make him wear a hobbling suit at the end, like he's got this like hobbling costume he has to wear at the end that his aunt made him. It's real
Is it
embarrassing.
pink?
It was pink. It's a pink hobbling.
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
That's all you find though, Darby. Excuse me.
Nothing. Alright. Well, Desrin's not in the crew of the show necessarily, not one of the actresses. Didn't find anything back here. I guess I'll just stay invisible for as long as I can and hang out in the prop room with Jamie and maybe do a quick scan, see if there's anything suspicious here.
Okay. Nothing suspicious in the prop room at all. How long does your invisibility last? An hour?
Yeah, that's for an hour. Once it starts to wear off, I'll start making my way over to my seat, and then...
Well, lucky for you right now, it's been like 10 minutes or so. And while you're rumbling through the paperwork, while Jamie is looking through the props and positioning himself in that room, everyone else has taken their seats. And the lights dim, and a single spotlight illuminates the center of the stage. A young woman with red hair steps out, wearing modest-looking clothes and carrying a walking cane. And she almost seems to walk out with a limp. And she says, "Greetings, men, women, and children of Highwater, and welcome to the Highwater Company's production of The Champion and the Dragon. A story most dangerous, most fitting for our city's noblewoman. A champion who travels themselves to a distant village plagued by a mighty dragon that has devoured and threatened to end their sky fishing industry. But she shall team up with an expert upon dragons and a salty fisherman to take down the dreaded beast before it can dare threaten the poor village's industry. Join me today as we witness this grand tale in musical fashion, with laughs, suspense, and terror. May I have applause for our city's fair folk. And at this point, the curtain opens. The audience applauds as the ensemble of young ladies step out and take a quick bow, all of them in different costumes. After they are done bowing, they immediately clap their hands together and hold a hand out to this door right here, in which it opens and a young black-haired woman walks through by the name of Desiree, accompanied, interestingly, by a figure that you did not expect. And the lady upon the stage says, I present to you, in guest of honor of our fair company's production, the Lady Desiree Pregla and her date tonight, Sir Ansem Ritavio. And linked in arms, the two of them make their way down to these seats right here, where they are sat by an entourage of servants. And the production of the play begins. To describe the show, it is a well-produced production of the story of the champion and the dragon. A woman wearing a white-haired wig who plays Jayla is informed that there is a village that entire industry is based upon fishing these kind of sky creatures. Not only do they serve to their own people, but they export. It is a massive industry to them. And a dragon begins to stalk the skies. However, the city's government does not believe that the dragon is responsible, or that there even is a dragon. A couple airships have gone missing. There's nothing wrong. We can't interrupt the tourist industry. It's the season right now. Well, as the time goes on, they suddenly realize they do have a dragon problem. And they hire Jayla, a gentleman who claims to be an expert in dragons. Not a hobbling, unfortunately, that you guys notice.
Dang.
And a crusty sky fisherman, who takes a hook and screeches it along the sides of the wall and informs them that he will kill the beast for 1,000 gold pieces, which the city quickly balks at until the dragon devours more of their people. However, at this point, as this show is happening, they don't get that far. They've kind of made it to the end of the first act here, the big musical number where the actress playing Jayla, the salty fisherman, and the sky fisherman, and the dragon expert are having this huge three-way song about how they're going to stop the dragon, but Jayla is unsure of her ability to deal with it. The dragon expert simply wishes to study the dragon, but does not wish to see harm come to it, despite realizing it's a monster. And the sky fisherman gives this beautiful, long, solo about how he at one point was upon a vessel that was attacked by a dragon, and upon all of the people being in the water, floating there, dragons pick them off one by one, eyes black like a doll's eyes. Yes, if no one has noticed, this literal play is the plot of Jaws.
Beautiful.
As this
Jaws the
show, yes, literally Jaws the musical. As this play goes on, as Jayla kind of takes center stage, she's climbed up onto a prop that looks like a giant airship. She is at the bow of the ship, and she is singing at the top of her lungs about how she will strike down the beast despite her insecurities. The lights are all shining down on her. Everyone is anticipating the final note, and she holds the final note. And all of a sudden, the lights cut. There is a massive blast as a blinding white light seems to blind the entire stadium. Or excuse me, not stadium, theater. And men begin to stand up from the crowd, drawing swords.
Boy.
As you are all recovering from the immediate blindness from this large flash. And as kind of everything you're coming to, you all look around, or at least those who are out in the audience right now, you can see these figures stand up, very clear black hood draped behind their outfits, drawing out scimitars and swords, and slowly making their way down to where Lady Desiree and Ansem sit.
So just so I get myself straight, she walked in. She's a high agent of Sliva, and she is dating and sitting next to, Blowhard in the Sky guy.
Yes.
He is Ansem
Ansem
Rictavio
Rictavio.
right there.
All right. So they might be in bed together. Interesting. Okay. As this is happening, I'm going to attempt to recover my vision the best I can. Seeing these gentlemen stand up with swords drawn and hoods flowing over, I would like to try and scale the seats in front of me and work my way as quickly towards Ansem and Desiree as possible, ignoring anyone else around me.
This is going to be considered a combat encounter here, so I'm going to need initiatives from everyone.
Am I still invisible, or has it been over an hour?
It has been over an hour.
Okay, then I probably would have returned to my seat by that point.
Yeah.
So I will.
Okay, so you'll be up there. Jamie, are you still where you were during that time? I should ask.
Yeah. And
Okay.
I wouldn't have been watching the play. I would have been watching the mark.
Yeah, watching Desiree.
Okay.
So if the blinding light came from behind me, came from the stage, I would have been looking at our mark.
The blinding light seemed to come from the center of the crowd, as if someone set it off from the center, like right here.
Okay.
And it was enough to kind of hit everyone with this magical effect. One thing I should note too, there was a very loud audible shriek from Lady Desiree after the explosion or the blast went off, and I'm gonna need initiative rolls from everyone who hasn't given me one yet.
I rolled the worst initiative I've had so far.
Okay, well, that's not
A
so
2.
bad.
What is it, like a 2 or a 3 or something?
It was a 2.
I
I got
have-
11.
Freaking 9. I've got a +7.
I have a +4 and I got a 12, man. Rolled an 8. Or no.
Here we go, guys. Here we go.
So I got a +3.
Game time.
I'm sorry, I have a 14, not a 12. I rolled a 10.
That's late plans.
Yeah, well. Plans don't always work out the
Ethan,
way you
you
want
said
them
all
to.
these guys stood up, and did they draw weapons and start heading towards the two?
Yes.
They drew their
Okay.
swords and flipped over black hoods.
Yep.
So
Okay,
they
just
quickly
making sure.
identified themselves. They're like, we're the bad guys.
And we're here to take the thing.
Damn, really? Rolling a 21 here.
Ooh, girl.
I gotta do Joel.
I also noticed there's a fancy person on the bottom there.
Yeah.
The brown border.
Don't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't you know
You
that
will
is?
notice.
That's
It
Tetra.
seems Tetra has
It is
also made
Tetra.
her way.
I
into
reckon
the
that's
chat.
that
Has entered the
everywhere.
chat.
Tetra has entered the chat. She's here. Alright.
Jamie, I will say in your watch you did notice Tetra sneak her way in.
Okay. Cool.
Not sure if you wanted to do anything about that since I didn't necessarily think about it right off the bat, so I apologize. But I will.
Yeah, I
say
would've-
wanted-
I know that she
Black
snuck
pictures
in.
there.
I would have. So if she thinks that she is has the element of surprise, for
He
me,
is sorely
does not.
Mistaken.
mistaken.
Sorely.
Soiledly.
Soiled it.
Soil it!
Soiled it.
File it!
Soiled it.
Yeah, well, when I returned to my seat and dropped the invisibility, I would have leaned over to Arthur or Darian and just been like, "What are we gonna do about this?"
We're gonna do our best.
All right.
Shh, this is the best part of the show.
Oh, okay.
It's just getting good.
It's the big
I have
trio
a-
number. It's the
I have
big
a
I Want
million
song at the
friggin'
end of the
people
first
to roll
act.
for here.
No worries, you're good.
It's all great.
Do what
There's
you
a
gotta
lot
do,
of,
man.
there's a
Set up
lot of
the
people
scene.
here, so. Oh man. Getting this stone is going to be a nightmare.
At least you have cool music to
That's right.
enjoy. Well,
That's
there
right.
is also, if you'll notice, anyone marked in purple is considered a hooded figure. Anyone marked in red is considered part of Sliva's gang. Tetra is not marked at all because she's considered your ally, and Ansem is marked as neutral.
Yellow because he is Ansem,
Oh,
and Ansem only
Ansem.
believes in Ansem.
All right, Ansem goes first.
Somehow.
All right, so
What a
Ansem
madman.
immediately, upon seeing, or he's blinded, he wasn't expecting this. You hear him curse very loudly, and he's like, "Who dares interrupt the show?" And he immediately pulls a pistol, sees this guy going after his date, and just goes to shoot him in the face.
Nice.
Dang.
Oh, he doesn't have. I thought he had a ranged weapon. He doesn't. So he's just gonna go up here and stab him with a rapier. Then
All right. I too get my rapier and pistol confused.
that will hit with a 23.
Let me shoot this guy.
Yep.
I shoot him with
And-
my sword.
Oh, he gets to attack
Like the exact opposite.
3
of that.
times. Cool.
Oh, jeez.
I could see Ansem pretending his rapier was a pistol.
Yeah.
So his first hit does 12.
It's like that. It's like the
It's
inverse of
Probably made like a pistol handle.
Oh, got the Cervantes blade.
All right. So with 3 attacks,
Yes.
Anthem does 47 points of damage.
Ooh.
Oh my God!
He's not able to completely take down the guys. He runs up, blocks Lady Desert, and just begins to immediately stab and poke the guy real quick.
47 points of damage. It's like he ran the sword all the way down to the guy at the hilt.
I know.
All right, Marili's gonna go.
Ansem definitely seems like the guy to be the inverse of Romeo plus Juliet. Instead of the gun named sword, he's got the sword named gun.
Yeah.
It's inscribed on the
She's
hill.
going to use Firebolt on this guy right here,
He'd spell it like Jun.
and she
Yeah,
will hit
It's
him
Jean
with the Firebolt.
with like an umlaut over the U.
Marili being boss, doing 10 damage to the guy, max damage with her Firebolt.
Ooh, that's a good
That's
firebolt.
right.
Yeah. Good firebolt.
She immediately will make her way there. I will note for everyone, no one has really moved there. If you go vertical in this area here, it is difficult terrain due to climbing over the seats.
Makes sense.
All right, so the first veteran's going to go, and he's going to go 10, 20, 30, and end his turn.
He has
This guy's
60
gonna
feet
go-
of movement.
What?
No, because it's
You said it's
difficult
difficult
terrain.
terrain. So he has 60
Yeah.
feet of movement then?
Yeah. No, 30
Yeah,
feet.
they're 5. Sorry, they're
Yeah,
5
five
foot
foot
squares. So
squares.
say 5, 10, 15. That's what I meant. Apologies.
Okay. No worries. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so 10.
He's gonna go 5, 10, and attack Lady Desiree.
I was like, that dude can move 60 feet? I'm like, oh my God.
No, they can move 30.
He will miss her. He makes 2
Jason
attacks.
Bourne.
Though. He will miss again.
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne!
He's gonna go 5, 10, 15, and end his turn. And then this guy's going to, standing right next to Lady Desiree, is going to actually attack Ansem, who just attacked him.
Understandably.
Oh, natural 20 against Ansem
Really?
with a
Alright.
double.
I mean, hey, check out the
Like, all right, rock and
competition.
roll.
Yeah. I don't
Only
really care
does
about
7 damage to him though.
that. What a
Bad
good
roll.
crit.
He'll make another attack and he'll miss that one as
Hit
Ansem
better.
parries. Sentinel, you're next.
Do better. Be
All right.
better.
Excuse me, Arthur is next. He has a higher dex.
Yeah.
Arthur, you are next.
All right. So if I make it to this alleyway right here that I marked that's got the stairs on it, that is not difficult terrain. If I move
It
up
is not
on that.
difficult terrain.
All right, this guy's getting toast then. I'm going to move 5 feet forward, and then I am going to strike this gentleman who appeared next to me in my seat with my scimitar. That is a 9 for the first attack.
That will miss.
I am changing my d20, and this is a... Oh, God! 10!
That will also miss.
My goodness, rolled a 2 and a 3.
So
Ooh.
Arthur just swinging his 2 scimitars, and the thug is blocking them with his blade. Anything else for
alright.
you, Arthur?
I am going to move around. Can I? If I move, am I still walking in the alley? If I move here,
You're in the seats.
so that's difficult terrain then. Okay,
Yes.
so that would be 5, 10, and then I move here for another 5, so it'd be 15, 20, 25, 30. Will move me. 30 will be here, and I'll stop there.
Okay.
That's
Sentinel,
the end of
you're
my turn.
next.
Okay. Talking's a free action, right?
Yes.
Talking is a free action.
Okay. I'm gonna whip out my Ansem business card, and I say into the business card to send him a message. we say, hey,
yeah.
handsome,
Nice.
it's Sentinel, friend or foe?
I
And then-
forgot about that part.
And I want to see what happens to it.
You unleash the business card, it goes up in flames, Sentinel, and you see a little like thing dart over to Ansem, and as he's stabbing this guy, he just stabs him and looks over and just looks back at you, and he sees you standing there staring right at him as you send this thing, and he goes. And a couple seconds later, Sentinel flies back, and you hear him go. I'm on Team Ansem, if that's what you mean.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I told
And
you.
I
Ansem
use-
only believes in Ansem.
I pull up my second business card and I go, you jerk, and then I just send it, and that was my last one.
All of a sudden, you just see it again. It goes back to him. He just hears it. He looks up. He says something back. Fires it back. And he goes, "If you don't watch yourself, there, bird, I'm gonna turn you into some nuggets."
Okay.
I don't particularly want to mess with Ansem. I'm not gonna lie.
So I am going to fly 5 feet, and then that's 10, 20.
Your flying 2 will not count for difficult terrain because you are being airborne.
That's what I figured. That's as far as I can make it. So I will be right here next to this guy,
Okay.
and then I'm going to see what happens.
Rage. Bonus action rage.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
So then I got a 6 on that, which is. All right. So from my neck, the sapphire gems that are around my neck, they kind of pop off and start to surround me and kind of swirl around me, glowing a bright blue light. So then anybody who is within, I should make a little thing. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I actually don't remember what this
What?
one is.
Okay.
Wow.
Anybody who's in that circle, who is an ally,
Yeah, we
Can-
can. see it, apparently.
nobody can see that.
I can see it.
I can't.
Yeah, we can't. That's
1 sec. I might need to
yeah.
switch it.
You're going to change that for us.
I got it. I got that.
Everybody in that circle who's an ally
Can I
will
see it now?
get
Yep. Anyone
plus
else?
1 to their AC.
Ooh,
All
nice.
right.
What's the
No
new
one, none of your allies are there, but that's cool. Sentinel, what else would you like to do?
That's
That was your
dope.
bonus action.
So you could
Okay, so then I'm going to actually attack this guy recklessly.
Go ahead. Reckless attack. That's an advantage.
That is a nat 20.
That will
There
hit.
we go.
Let's go, Sentinel.
Get him
All
up.
right.
F him up, chicken.
Do you get your bonus barbarian damage on
My
crits yet or no?
lord. Sentinel's here to play. All right, that's 11 and a 12. So that's 23 plus whatever my stuff
bonus
is.
To be
So
strength
that
and your rage
is 4, so 27 plus another 2, 29 damage.
You, Sentinel, you just fly on and just chicken dive bomb this guy. You just immediately come down and just bash him as you rage in this blinding. What color do you want your aura to be as it kind of erupts about you?
It's the blue. It's like
Blue
glowing
aura.
from the
Yeah, so
sapphires.
Sentinel's
Yeah.
almost glowing blue, and no one is standing there. But if you guys, someone were to be standing there, you'd almost get this like invigorating feeling.
Dope.
Yeah, that's great.
That's it.
All right, this guy here is gonna go, and he's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20. Attack Ansem. That will hit Ansem. Let's see if his second attack hits. It also hits.
This might
Six.
affect what I'm gonna do.
10, so 16 damage to Ansem, and that will be that guy's turn. Tetra goes, and she kind of
Okay, we got
stands up,
three-way
and
fight
she's in finer looking clothes, but she made her entrance pretty stealthily here that you guys didn't notice. She kind of sees you guys, and she yells out, "Well, it's glad to see y'all came to the party." She's gonna go 5, 10, 15, and she's gonna attack this guy. And she's also going to attack 3 times.
Yeah, so Jamie can be seen.
That is a hit. that's a natural 20.
Ooh, no way.
And that's another hit. So she's going to do first D8.
NPC is doing mad damage tonight.
So
Yeah,
8
wow, we're
damage for
all
the first
coming
hit.
out.
Everyone's
Yeah, you're about to see
swinging
the
big.
power of your. You're about to see the power of some of the characters in this game. That's also an 8. That's 13 more, so 26. And for the third one, 36 points of damage to this guy.
My gosh.
Not bad, not bad.
So she once again runs up with a rapier and with a near identical style to Ansem begins to strike him in all of these like key areas. Jamie, you are next.
Okay. I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Okay.
I'm going to, I guess, perception. I want to see which one of them has the stone.
All right, go ahead, give me a perception roll.
It's chaos.
Dang it. It's a 3.
A 3. You can't tell at this moment in time, Jamie. You can try again later, though.
Okay. And then I guess as my action, I'll just take the dodge action,
Okay. So you're dodging.
just in case someone's gonna come over to me.
So attacks have disadvantage on him.
Also, as this battle has kind of started, the actual crowd of people are like, "Oh my god!" and they're all getting up and starting to make their way out. They're like running in a panic.
Mm.
The actresses on the stage, after the initial blinding light, they're seeing what's happening. They're making their way backstage, just to kind of give an idea of the chaos of this whole situation right now. That also accounts for some of the difficult terrain up here as you're moving through all of these people as they're
Sure.
making their way out. Darby, you are next.
All right. Let me just really quickly double check and make sure I am. Yep, I am 100% within range. I got 60-foot range on that. So from here, the 20-foot radius or 10-foot radius? What is it? A 20-foot cube.
Dang.
So from here to here.
Let's draw the cube.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do here. I just wanted to make sure I know where.
I think you can really hit anyone in this spot right here, depending on in this.
So
yeah,
that should be the 20-foot cube. I am going to be, of course, hucking all my wonderful glowing coins and various dice and things. And
Okay.
I'm gonna need a dex save from literally everyone in that cube, including Sentinel.
Sentinel, go ahead and give me a deck save as well, since you're in.
No one ever
I'm sorry,
is
Sentinel.
considering.
In
I've
fairness-
heard "I'm sorry, Sentinel" so many times in my
fairness,
life.
Sentinel.
Hey,
I'm sorry, Zoltan.
Sentinel.
I'm sorry, any character Nick plays.
In
In
fairness,
I haven't done anything like
there's
that.
that. But in fairness,
Sentinel,
Sentinel,
did you get
this
advantage of
shouldn't
this?
matter. I
What?
think so. Do you have?
No, because you're a barbarian.
I-
Don't they get advantage on deck saves?
Yeah,
No, you
dex saves that I can see.
Yeah.
So you'll have advantage on this. It's
Barbie?
very fire.
Oh, 1 sec. Let me get the other one here.
And I rolled another nat 20. Here we
Well,
go.
you're good.
Yay.
You definitely
Guy-
beat my save.
This guy gets a 7. This guy gets a 7. This guy gets an 11. This guy gets a 10.
All of those fail.
All right, I gotta do the
15 is my DC. So,
fails.
uh,
This guy fails. This guy succeeds. And now I have to do Lady Desiree. Lady Desiree gets a 22, so she
okay,
succeeds.
that's fine.
What happened?
It's fairy fire, so everyone who failed is now glowing purple.
They are
and
marked purple. I'm marking them yellow.
that's fine.
Oh, that's
And
Anthem's color. I'm marking them
mark 'em
blue.
blue. Yeah.
There you go.
And attack rolls on them have advantage.
Yeah.
They also cannot benefit from being invisible if for whatever reason any of them could turn invisible. And in fairness, Sentinel, even if you did fail this save, it shouldn't matter because you should be reckless attacking anyways.
Yeah.
So the effect of the spell won't really change anything for you. And
Anything else for you,
He
Darby?
just wanted to whine. It's okay.
yes, and then
Us people who played as barbarians love to whine.
yeah,
Yep.
Darby will, I guess, kind of just like duck behind the seats here,
Okay.
I'm kind of getting
He's
to
gonna
like
duck
more.
behind
to the-
Morelli. He's gonna use
Yeah.
Morelli as a meat shield.
Yup.
I just want to be kind of more in the center of the area, so I have the most range possible, and be as
Alright,
far
so
away from everyone.
Are you done there, Darby?
Yes, that's it. That's
The
actually
veteran that attacks Sentinel is going to attack Sentinel, or the veteran Sentinel attack is going to attack Sentinel. Does a 16 hit you, Sentinel?
No. It would tie, but I got
Yes.
my +1.
He
That
does
is
hit
true.
you though with a natural 20.
You
Yep.
are an
All
ally
right.
in your
We're
aura.
just smack each other.
He does 22 points of damage, but that's half, so 11 points of damage to you.
Yes.
Ooh, boy, Sentinel.
Meat sponge.
Yeah.
Mr. Kips.
That's who I am.
Go back to highlighting
That's
people.
me. I'm gonna unkeister my bow, and I'm gonna shoot the guy that just attacked Sentinel. And it's at advantage, you said?
Yes,
It
it'll
is
be
an
at
advantage.
advantage.
He's very fired.
My
Advantage,
D&D
you say?
Oh, that was
My
lame. I rolled two
D&D
13s.
I can
Oh.
delete this now. 'cause that doesn't matter.
That'll be a 21 to hit.
Go ahead.
But before that, if you'll allow me, because I forgot, I would like
Of
to use my
course.
bonus action, Hunter's Mark. This
Yup,
guy.
you are smart.
He remembers. He's learning how
Yeah.
to ranger.
I do. Okay, so I'm going to hit him for 9, 10, 11, 15 points of damage, 4 of which is psychic damage.
All right, you hit him for 15 points. Psychic doesn't super matter there. He is still on his feet, but badly injured. What else for you, Mr.
And
Kips?
let's see. There's no real good spots to move, so I think I'll
No.
actually stare him at and call it a day.
That's how I felt. That's why I ducked behind the chair.
Lady Deserin's gonna go, and she pulls
Listen,
out
folks.
a rapier also, and is going to attack this thug right here. And she makes 3 attacks.
Dang, everyone's got triple attack. here.
That will hit. 1 hit. 2 hits.
She just, depending on what
a
she's
miss.
swinging at, it's advantage to you.
Oh yes, thank you.
Yeah, if she's hitting the top one, it's advantage.
And that will hit. All 3 will hit. Thank you for reminding me there.
Yes. Fairy fire coming in.
He was technically attacking this guy, and he is not very
Oh,
fire. He's
no,
the only one
okay.
who succeeded on the
Wow,
save, right?
everyone's rolling really well. All right, that's 34
didn't
points of
know which one
damage.
she was attacking,
She
but-
rams the rapier through his throat and pulls it out and kills that thug.
Yeah.
Dang.
Gross.
I feel pretty inadequate here, guys.
I
won't
know,
lie.
all these multi-attacks. I need to level
Outclassed.
up one more time.
Yeah,
so I
like
can get
we
at
are
least 2
so
Eldritch Blasts.
small in comparison.
I feel so weak compared to Ansem.
All right, this
and
guy
Tetra.
comes over. He's gonna attack you, Darian.
Wow.
No.
Not Darian.
Does a 7 hit you,
Oh, I don't even have to check my AC. No, it does not.
and then a 22
Yeah, that one will hit.
Yeah.
for 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
terrible.
I'll subtract my health. I'm pouring another drink currently.
All right, this veteran down here is gonna go. He's gonna attack Tetra since he's down there. That will.
Dang, 2 of these dudes rolled 1s. That's crazy.
That will hit. 1 hit. 2 hits. And a miss.
And a miss.
Let's see what Joel does.
The
What's-
former champion
I mean,
of
he
Highwater.
did tell us
16
exactly what he would
16
do.
damage to Tetra. That's actually a pretty good hit to her. And that'll be Joel. Joel is standing there and he looks over and there's this guy standing here and he immediately goes, hey guys, there's a guy here. He's got a weapon out. And he goes, 5, 10, 15. And he stands next to you, Darby.
Ah, yes, the former champion of Highwater, hailing from Lansing, Michigan. Everybody, that's right. I started reading Ethan's book.
Oh, I need
true.
to ask you. I need to ask you what you thought of it too.
I'm only 2 chapters in, because.
Oh,
It's good.
Former
Alright, he's gonna
champion, really
attack-
showing us
this
his
one's
stuff.
gonna attack this thug here.
It's no wonder
Alright,
the word
he's
former
gonna
is the
attack you.
title.
That's a miss. That is also a miss. He misses twice against you, Arthur.
Yeah, Arthur parries both of them with confidence.
And then the other one is dead.
Spits in his face.
Ansem is going to go, and he's going to first attack the guy in front of him that he heavily
Is that one dead? I
wounded.
thought that was, no, the one that died is a 19.
Ah.
The one is the red dude.
Nice.
Oh, is he? Oh,
yeah,
it didn't
this one
show
over
up.
here.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I'm highlighting
think-
the whoever's on the account right now.
All right. Well, he will go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and attack the guy there. Hit. Wow, natural 20.
Dang.
Ooh.
The Sliva's gang, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gang,
Yeah,
gang.
one of Deseret's bodyguards.
16 points of damage to this guy. He is almost dead.
Dang, we
Those are
haven't killed
hitting like
anything yet.
trucks.
Okay, so Ansem's
Yeah,
gonna go. I know I just
no.
kicked it to Marilli, but Ansem's gonna go real
Gotta
quick.
keep on track of that too.
Ansem's first going to attack the guy in front of you, or that he hurt previously.
Added
That will hit.
advantage if it's the top one.
Oh, thank you. Still hits. He actually rolled crappier the first time, or the second time.
That's fine.
And that will kill this guy as he pierces him through the throat, and he will turn around and do his remaining 2 attacks down there. Hit. Natural 20 again.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, Ansem.
Oh
going
my.
I
ham.
know, you know what? If I was Ansem, I'd be as cocky as he is too. Like,
Yeah,
if I
honestly.
could do what he's doing.
He's
14.
clearly
If
better
I
than
could
most
crit
people.
every other
He's just
attack,
he's the main character of the story, clearly.
Yeah.
we are side characters to Ansem.
30 points of damage with his 2 attacks to the guy
Sure.
below him. That is his turn. Marilli's gonna go,
Oh,
and Marilli is
God.
going to attack actually no, Marilli's going to cast Cure Wounds on you, Darian.
Aw.
Oh, nice.
It will use one of her
So we
spell
love
slots.
Marilli.
That is going to be. Give me one moment, please.
Ethan gave us Marilli because
4
one
damage.
healer wasn't enough for a
Yeah,
reckless
4
fight.
HP back to you, Darian.
Hey,
She didn't
I'll
go very
take
well.
that. That's half what I lost,
Yeah,
so.
that is half of what you lost.
All right,
One of the Fairy Fire boys going.
there he is. So this guy's gonna go 10, 5, and he will attack Ansem. He will miss. He will hit for 8 points of damage to Ansem.
Was he near you, Sentinel, for an opportunity of attack or no?
No,
No.
he moved.
No.
No,
Okay,
he was.
okay.
There was a space between them.
One for okay.
So 10, 15, 20.
Oh dang.
Wow.
25. Whoop. He'll go here and also attack Ansem.
Oh,
Miss. Hit
Honestly, I'm okay with this.
They
for
want stone, but they literally that's the thing they came for.
8
Yeah.
points of damage. Next one.
Dude's dead.
It's the dead veteran. Arthur, you're next.
Okay. Are these down here doors? Are they very similar to this door here? Or
There's
no?
stairs. There's stairs.
Okay. I'm going to call out to Tetra, pointing at them and saying, "Block that exit." And then I am going to attack this gentleman in front of me.
At
Go ahead.
advantage.
At advantage.
He is Fairy Fire.
Yeah, that's what I like to see. That's gonna be that's much better. All right. 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
All right.
And you do
that's
have
gonna
sneak attack?
be all right.
Which, I mean, you would get it anyways, but you definitely have it with advantage.
That's okay. Oh, that's cocked. Roll that. Ooh. 4, 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 plus 5 is 16. 16 damage.
All right, you do 16 damage to him.
All right,
Still on his
second
feet, looking pretty
second
bad.
attack. Is that also at advantage?
Yes. Yeah,
Yes.
Fairy Fires, you have advantage on all
right.
attacks.
That's a 26 to hit.
Nice.
That will hit.
And that is 6
Yeah.
damage.
Not bad.
He's still on his feet, but very badly hurt.
Okay. And I am going to position myself.
I
let's
would like to
do-
say that this music needs to be more theatery.
Oh, sorry.
As we are finding.
To start playing the soundtrack to Les Mis.
Yeah.
That's our
I don't
battle.
necessarily know that the blue aura that Sentinel's giving off would protect me, so I guess I'm going to stand inherently. So I'm going to stand where I'm at. I'd love to get any aura, but I just don't know what it does. So.
Anything else for you?
Yeah,
then,
nobody
Arthur?
does.
That's going to be it.
Sentinel, you're next.
All right, I'm gonna go after this guy who just smacked me. I'm gonna
Go
smack him
ahead.
back.
Why don't you step up like
At advantage.
1 or 2?
Well, in a little bit.
You moved somewhere towards me.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is a 24,
That definitely hits.
and that is a 14 damage.
Not
Right
bad.
on the money. How'd you like to kill him?
Heck
Dang.
yeah!
That's
I'm gonna
powerful.
take one step up on the theater chair, and do a little hop and stab, just like, jump up and come swing down.
Thanks, Sentinel. That's your
All
first
right,
hooded
you
figure.
do just that. You hop up on the chair, Sentinel. You come down, swing your head down, and slash the guy right down the center of the face. He topples back. His blood spews from the break in his skull, and he dies. What else?
Yes. All right. Then I'm gonna fly 5 feet, and then that is 10. I'm gonna go right there. So then,
I can fight.
and I will provide some of my gems for Ansem as well as.
Ooh.
Our-
You asked him if he was a friend or an ally, and he said he only recognizes his own team. You're like, here's a buff.
Here's
Alright,
a
so-
1
I mean, he's
AC.
about to get smacked, and
So
he's
this
doing a
guy-
lot of help. So
This
I mean,
veteran
he
is
is
going to
very
attack
helpful.
Lady Desiree, and will hit with the first attack and hit with the second attack.
Are you giving Lady Desiree a buff as well?
yes, yeah.
It still hits. They were both pretty high.
Okay. Still,
That
it's good to know
is-
that she has a buff.
What is their bonuses here? 20 points of damage for the 2 attacks.
Gosh.
That will be his turn. Tetra will go, and she kind of hears your signal, Arthur, and is like, well, I'll get to it when I'm done with these guys.
Do it now. I just meant more of like a general command because like I'm stationed over here by this exit. We've got the back door kind of covered, and Jamie's over there. So I'm just trying to. Once this ends, someone's gonna make a break for it. So I was just trying to
And
get
so
her
she
to
attacks
recognize
first
that
with her
there's a door
rapier.
there.
4. Oh, wow, that's max damage on that one. That will kill the veteran,
Yeah.
and then she will attack the thug twice, and hit again.
I mean, she's attacking Desiree, so crazy. I guess that's fair though.
That is going to be 17 damage to the Sliva guy, and that's his damage. Jamie, you're next.
Cool. All right. I am going to go. It's 20 to get to here. And I am going to pretend like I'm a servant trying to get what's her face out of here.
Okay. You're gonna feel
Actually, I don't even need if I need to do that, but I'll do it anyway. And then I will sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
I'm gonna
Trying
attempt
to-
pickpocket.
Go ahead.
See if I can find the stone. Woof! Gotta love that. That's a 22.
Jamie,
Ooh.
you're feeling around, you're padding around, you're looking for this thing. She doesn't have a stone on her.
I know she didn't have it on her.
And
I
as
kind
you
of figured. someone
And
else
as you're
did.
patting her, you catch from the corner of your eye, this door here is shutting.
Oh, it got past me.
All right. Well, I'm
Tears,
gonna
not
assume
the
that
only one with
matters.
invisibility.
So
We cannot hear you, Jamie.
bonus. Sorry.
Yes.
Bonus action then is dash. This is 50 because I have 40 feet of movement. So this gets me to 50. I open the door.
Remember, going through the seats is considered a
Yes,
difficult
I
terrain.
have the mobile feet, so I don't
there you go.
actually
You don't
have to worry about
that.
that.
Yep.
So I get to the door
He's
as it's
hardcore.
closing. So I just like open like it's if it's closing, I have now opened it.
You see,
And
you don't see anyone. I mean, I take it back. You see a bunch of people fleeing the theater, but you don't, like, as you're scanning, you just see a bunch of people fleeing.
It's either already past hands, did someone
Or
leave
they're
any
invisible- yeah,
helpless?
someone
or
can be
they're
invisible.
invisible.
well, I mean, if they're invisible, there's nothing that we can.
No, we don't know where they are.
So
There's too many people
Well,
to just,
shit,
like,
the door
shut
was
it.
shutting while you got there. You could try and like punch directly in front of you and see if they're still there.
He used his action already.
I know.
Yeah.
Dang it.
unfortunately.
Spit in front of you. See if it hits something.
I'll allow free spit roll or spit.
I mean, like I really don't have anything else I can. I mean, I still have I still have movement, I guess. But I will just hang out.
At the door.
Yeah, I guess I'll just look to see if I see any signs of an invisible person.
All right.
It is snowing, actually. Yeah, there might be footprints.
Oh, they're
Yeah,
giving
like-
footprints.
Yeah.
That's what
I
I'm
will
wondering.
make you do your perception check on your next action, though, because you've used an action already.
Yes.
Darby, you are next then.
All right. I will huck a card at the dude right next to Derry. So the guy literally 10 feet away from
Oh
me.
wait, what else did she have on her?
Desrin?
We did pickpocket.
Yeah.
111 gold.
All right, well, it's
Hey.
mine now.
Yeah, go for us.
There you go.
There we go. All right.
Yes, I will huck a card at the dude right in front of Darian.
Go ahead.
Ooh, not great. That is a 11? 11.
That just hits his AC.
Dang, that's great too, because I rolled almost max damage for 14 force.
All right, so you smash him with a card. The thug kind of backs up, injured. Anything else for you, Darby?
I will then go 5, well, I guess 10, 15.
As you
25.
loop around Joel, he's like, "What are you doing, leaving me out in the open, man?"
I'm former champion. I kind of figured to hand yourself a little bit better. But I guess all champions seem to struggle in combat, huh?
Yeah, champions suck in this universe.
We watched Jayla fail
She's
more
done
times.
so much for us.
She has, but in combat, she's missed more attacks than she has hit.
It's a
Yeah.
more
Her
of a
success rate
political
is very
figurehead
low.
than
Yeah, it's clearly a popularity thing
Yes.
and not so much of like actual merit thing. If Joel made it and then the next person was Jayla, who also isn't good at fighting.
Yeah.
Jayla is technically good at fighting. I was rolling
Yes.
very bad.
She's just
for her.
rolled poorly.
Establishing that.
It's fine.
She's
I
got bad
failed
luck.
her
Canonically-
we
with
know.
Canonically,
if
she
I-
is bad at fighting,
No.
and that needs
We
to
have video evidence of her missing like 80% of her
constantly.
attacks.
She felt bad for the hobblings. All right, Darby. Anything that you
No,
that you wanna do?
I'm maintaining my concentration, so I have no
Mr.
bonus
Kip, what do
actions.
you want?
Mr. Kip.
Because I
Alright,
still
first I'm
have
gonna
2 people
bonus
fighting.
action and move my hunter's mark to this guy and right
Okay.
next to me.
Oh,
And then I'm going to.
concentration check for when you got hit.
Oh,
Hunter's mark is concentration.
that is true.
Good call.
Ooh.
Yes.
I took 8 points.
So you're rolling for
It
10.
could be 10. It's
You're
gonna
rolling
be
for
10.
10.
Add your Constitution modifier.
Yes.
All right. Well, I got 15 on the
You're
die.
good.
which-
You're
It's
good.
still there.
Yeah, you're right.
Alright,
You're
cool.
more than fine. Yeah, you can move it.
So I'm going to simultaneously keister my bow and unkeister my quarterstaff, and I'm gonna hit this guy in front of me.
Go ahead.
I
With
love how keister has become a verb.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's one of my favorite words. A non-natural 20 to hit
That will hit.
for 12 damage.
Ooh, nice.
Down.
And that is
Bye-bye.
Oh, hey.
Smash him on the side of the head and he dies.
another hooded figure on the couch.
Yeah, and then I am going to move. Actually, I'm gonna follow the rows here, and I'm gonna move to about there, and that'll be my turn.
Lady Deserin's gonna go and she's going to attack this veteran right here. For a hit, a miss, and a hit. That is going to do D8s of damage here. Look at that big damage. 22 points of damage to this veteran right here. That's almost enough to kill him. Not enough, but almost enough. And then she is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry, that's difficult toes. So 5, 10, 15. Done her turn there. She will take an opportunity of attack, which they roll a nat 1, so it doesn't matter. And that will be her turn. Joel is just kind of going to stand there and he's going to sit down in the seat and just watch. And he's just kind of like, if I stay here and don't move, they won't see me.
Nice.
Bugs
Alright.
have bad eyesight.
Incredibly bad eyesight. Oh, I thought the music stopped, thank God.
No, this is
So
so
the-
quieter.
So the thug that you here, Arthur, is going to attack you again.
Sure.
You do have
Miss.
+1. in your
That
AC.
will hit you with, I think it hits you with an 18.
It would be my new armor class, so yes, it'll
Yeah.
still hit me
Bang.
because of the
That's
plus
barely.
1. So
Fortunately, he
Besides
rolled a
armor.
1, so that does 3 damage to you.
Not bad.
I'll take 3 damage.
And then the other thug is going to attack our good buddy Tetra. and miss, and hit. Oh, then she does max for 8 damage to Tetra.
Dang.
I mean, she kind of had a coming swinging at him.
All right, Ansem's gonna go, and Ansem's surrounded here.
He does have advantage on the bottom right one, because that is still
He
very.
does. What does Ansem have that he can do? Oh, I forgot. He has the sneak attack ability. He doesn't anymore. No one's around him. All right. Well, he's just gonna attack with his.
Well, if he attacks with advantage, he'll get sneak attack.
Yep.
Oh
So,
yeah. Well,
yeah.
he'll attack this one then with his rapier,
Dang, Sentinel
which he
really
will
trying to see
definitely
if he
hit.
can get through the
I'm
wall.
not even gonna roll because his roll output for one attack is 1d8 plus 9 plus 7d6 of sneak attack damage.
Oh boy.
Do not get on his bad side.
Yeah, so he just immediately murders this dude as he impales him and pulls his rapier out. And he'll deal with the other two guys. For a natural frickin' 20 again.
Again, he's just, like I said, he's the main character of the story.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
are the side
He
characters
rolled like
of
an
this
ass,
story.
though.
We should have known when he came in on the sky ship. Like, it just could have been
Yeah.
like...
He does 14 to the thug, and then here's his last attack is a 1, natural 1, so he misses.
Yeah.
Marilli's gonna go, and she's gonna firebolt the guy attacking you, Arthur.
At
Hooray!
advantage.
Hey, she hits with a 17
Nice.
Yeah, not bad.
for max damage, which
Hey,
kills him.
nice.
Nice.
There we go.
All right, that veteran's dead because Ansem just put his sword through him. This guy is like, fuck me, and he goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and Ansem will opportunity of attack, which he gets a 2. He will still hit him because he has a plus 15 to hit,
Plus 15!
and that's 8 points of damage to him. He's still alive though.
We need to kill Ansem now.
I'm sorry. Oh, plus 15?
How?
How does it even
How?
happen? How do you
We
get
can't
plus
actually
15?
do this.
Okay.
Arthur, you are
Am I
next.
aware of what Jamie is doing? Jamie ran past me. Do I have any idea what's going on there?
Give me an insight.
Okay.
I mean, talking's a free action.
That
so
is
you
You're
true.
can
talking
just
to free
ask
action. That's true.
I know, but I was just saying, I guess for lack of better. So insight. Let me see. So 11.
You have an idea Jamie might be chasing after someone.
Okay. Is that when Jamie opened the door, I see that it looks like it's a double door. It opened towards him, correct?
Yes.
I would like to use thaumaturgy and send the door flying the other way, even if it's all, like off of its hinges, to see if I can knock who's ever there, if there is somebody in it, because I can just forward into the snow.
So Jamie, you have this door, and all of a sudden this force of energy is just blasting. It slams it and then bursts off, and you just see this door fly in front of you. Strikes nothing. It might strike a couple patrons running away, but it doesn't strike anyone that you can tell is invisible.
Okay.
I am then going to stand right here and block her path,
Okay.
Deserin's path.
No, you're not.
Alright. I'm gonna fly 5, and I'm gonna go 5. That's 15, 25, 30 will get me there.
Okay.
So I'll be in the same space
You can
with
move over
Jamie.
to the next. You can move over to the next one. You
Okay.
can't occupy the same spot.
One. Move down one.
And then I am going to cast. I'm
No.
gonna open my mind
Ooh.
Ooh.
to the world, the magical world around me,
Okay.
Oh,
and
that's right, you
and
do get the cast.
anywhere within 60 feet, if there's a magic item or spell, I can see where that is.
No.
That's some big brain play. Sentinel. It's not on this map, but there is someone who's making their way back to the first layer with an incredibly powerful magical item.
And you know exactly where they are.
Yes.
Yeah, you would know where it
You
is.
know
You-
the exact
I know the
location
location.
and what school of magic it is.
Yeah.
Holy nuts.
I don't know. I don't know. 1 sec. Let me see if I can determine what the school of magic is for the stone.
Conjuration.
Which
maybe?
you would also probably sense any of the fairy fires
I
if there's any
don't
on the left, but I
No,
don't
if
think
it
they are. I
has.
think they're all dead.
It's gotta have a school. It's a magic item.
I mean, any of the objects coming from fairy fire you'd also detect as whatever that is, but Because it does make objects glow too. So all the chairs in that 20-foot area are glowing.
So it doesn't necessarily. Okay, so because it's an item, it's just a wondrous item. It doesn't actually have a school, but you can tell it's magical.
Okay.
So
And
you're
it's
saying
heading
you can
towards
also
the
tell
first.
that it's
There's still like
gone.
a school.
You can also tell that it's not in here anymore.
Yes.
The important thing is you know there's a magical thing not here.
It is on its way right now to the first layer. So Sentinel, as long as you stay in its range, you can sort of track it.
Okay.
Within 60 feet of you.
Yes.
Yes.
And only for this turn.
Yeah, till the next turn. I could use it twice, but
I'll say for posterity's sake of the game here, Sentinel, you're kind of following them as they're making their way to the first layer. It'll probably be a little bit out of range, but they almost seem to be headed towards a grouping of old towers that's down on the first layer that used to serve as businesses.
okay.
But
That's
they're
my
not
turn?
60 feet from you?
Yes, they are 60 feet from this point. That's just the direction they're headed. I'm just giving him a little more piece of information.
So
As
he
well.
Okay.
caught them on their way out of his range.
Like on the edge. Okay.
Correct.
All right, well, Sentinel, if you want to
Relay some
give me
information.
relay that to me.
Yeah. Yeah, Jamie's right next to me. And I'm like, I don't know how, but I can tell that there's someone who has it, and they're heading towards the first layer. There's some towers over that way.
All right, sweet. Well, I know the general direction of what's going on.
Sentinel, do you announce this to the rest of the group?
Yeah, I said it loud enough for Jamie to hear in the heat of battle. So I would imagine at least Darian and Arthur could hear that.
Okay.
Oh,
Arthur and
Arthur.
Darian, do you do anything with that information?
It's not my turn. I can't, but I did
Okay.
hear it. I clocked it.
Okay. Is anything else for you, Sentinel?
That's it.
All right, so this guy's going to go, and he's in rough shape, so he's going to go 5, 10,
He's bailing.
15, 20, 25, but we'll see if he gets hit. Well, yeah, this guy's got a plus 15. I'm even going to roll for it because he's dead. So as
Did
he
he
goes
already
to flee...
opportunity attack?
What?
He did.
Yeah,
He
so he
already
wouldn't get
already
another one.
opportunity
Yeah, he already used his reaction.
Oh, yes, good point. Thank
Yeah.
you. So he does actually get away. So,
Not that it really makes much of a difference considering he's just trying to bail, but
yeah, that guy's taken off. Tetra's
does
going to
take
go.
off.
I'm gonna say, Tetra, get that guy.
All right,
Get him.
Tetra's going to kill the guy in front here. That's a 1.
maybe
That's a
not.
hit, though.
We'll see, though. She does a lot of damage too, though.
That will kill him immediately.
Oh dang. Okay. Well, she does.
And she'll go
Man,
5, 10,
We have added 2 things to the count this entire combat because it's all been NPCs
30.
doing
She's
the
gonna
work.
actually face this guy and hold her sword up and be like, "Don't you go anywhere further, boy." Dr. Watts.
All right, well,
On.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna walk like 2 things over. And I'm gonna look for seeing anybody who's running with like in the direction of where Sentinel told me to go.
All right, so there's a lot of people just scattering, Jamie. Give me a
Yeah.
perception roll.
Okay.
So obviously you have a direction, but there's a lot of people.
Damn it. That's a 5.
All right. So you kind of begin wading towards the people, and you begin making your way in the direction of those towers, Jamie. You can't quite pick up who is, in that general vicinity. I'm gonna remove your pawn because you're outside of the area now.
Oh wait,
How-
well,
Go ahead.
oh, okay. Well, I was just gonna look. I wasn't gonna leave the battle just in case
Oh,
someone got
sorry.
hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't see anyone immediately.
All right. Well, it kind of doesn't really behoove us to chase that because I don't know where they're going or where they're headed towards. But what I will do is go back 5, 10, and I will use a healer's kit to give Sentinel some health.
Hey.
No.
So that would be, I always forget with my thing what my thing does. 1d6 plus 4.
Man, these poor janitors. Gotta clean up a
So
bunch of
you
bodies
get
and blood everywhere.
9 You get 9, and then I think you have 2 hit die right now.
We have
A sentinel.
Oh yeah, you're all 4. You should have 4 hit.
Yeah, we have 4.
Oh, so then never mind. So then you
Yeah,
get 13 hit points back.
Nice.
Which is.
Yeah, those poor janitors wanted to get out early.
Yeah, they got a lot of
You're worried
cleanup
about
to do.
cleaning up
You
food.
can't go over your hit points, Sentinel. You're still
Yeah, so that's why I'm.
Yeah. So you're back to full, and then I will just kind of chill here. That was my action. I don't really need
right.
to. I'll bonus action dodge. I don't have.
Okay.
To do.
Mr. Kipps, you are next then. The only other combatants is this guy, and then this Tetra's got this person kind of held up right
Did
now.
we skip Darby?
We did. I'm sorry, Darby. I don't know how you got skipped, Darby.
Yeah, I
You're
don't
next.
know.
You're not even.
You are. You're in
Yeah,
a
at the
weird
bottom. That's weird.
spot.
So having not, or I guess did I hear Sentinel's little statement or no?
No, that would only be Arthur, Jamie, and
Okay.
Darian that heard this.
Seeing Jamie
That's
going
right.
in and out of the room, I will attempt to insight to see if I can figure out what's
Go
going
ahead.
on. Natural 20, which doesn't
You
really
have an
matter,
idea that
but-
Jamie probably knows who
23.
took off with the stone. That the stone is not here anymore.
All right, then with that information on my hand, I apparently cannot use my ruler right now. I think my roll 20 is bugged out on me, so I will refresh that really quickly. But I'm just gonna start booking it towards the door. I don't particularly care to finish this combat up.
I was gonna say, is anyone interested in dealing with this guy, or are you cool letting him go?
I'm nowhere near him, so I'm not going after him.
Yeah, I have no intention of talking cards at him, so I'm gonna go.
Any of the ranged folks, Darian.
20, 30, and
Nope,
then
I was gonna use
dash.
my next turn to go over to Sentinel and buff him, so.
All right, I'm gonna say then,
Okay.
for the sake of time, that combat is done because he's the
Alright.
only one who would be considered a threat anymore, and he has escaped.
Yep.
This
and-
guy is imprisoned. Ansem is here, and Arthur, you have Lady Desiree blocked, and she kind of looks at you and she's like, "Out of my way, you knave."
And Ethan,
That's-
on my turn, I would have run over to Sentinel and cast Long Strider on him and told him to follow the stone as best as he could.
Oh, okay.
You
So
get,
Sentinel, you have
yeah.
been long stridered.
And I would
you
have.
get 10 extra
Look
feet of
over here.
movement, so you're a little bit more speedy.
Ooh.
That's far enough, little lady. We're just trying to make sure everyone's okay here.
I know who you are.
And I know who you are. I'm
I
just
think we all
telling
know
you
who
that
each
we're
other
trying to
are.
make sure everyone's okay.
Well, I am just fine, so out of my way.
No.
Sentinel, have you left to go chase after the
I'm
thing now?
trying to delay her, so don't just stand there.
Like book it.
Are we done with combat?
Yeah, we're
combat is
done.
all set.
Oh, yeah,
We're not
there's-
doing
there's
combat.
Okay, so
turns, yeah.
I
So
I
will
will
run and
chase. Yeah.
All right,
I
so
will
Sentinel
also do
books it.
I will
and,
run after.
Ansem sees you book it, Sentinel, and you hear under his breath, "Ah, fucking chicken," and he also begins to run.
I will also.
I'm not
Sentinel's
moving. I'm
speedy.
literally gonna stand in. I'm gonna move. I'm literally gonna put my arms out like this way and literally make my tail and take up as much space as I am. Just say I can't go anywhere. I'm just trying to see if
I'm gonna
everyone's
fall
alright
in
here.
the Ansem.
Sentinel, we'll
I'm-
say you're off. You've taken off at this point. Jamie, you said you were.
I would have.
blocking.
No, I would have
he's
left.
following
but-
Sentinel.
Oh,
I
you're following. So Jamie,
I-
you take yourself off the screen.
I would have fallen into Ansem as he gets to the door, like, oh my gosh, I'm so clumsy because there's dead bodies on the floor.
As you do this, Darian, Ansem immediately draws his rapier and puts it to your neck.
Good.
No need for
Have him hold you
hostilities,
there.
Ansem.
Like, what's this about, Ansem? I'm sorry, I tripped. I'm not used to
Oh, I'm
battling
not
on carpet.
stupid enough to know what you're trying to. I'm not dumb enough. Never mind. I know exactly what you fools are doing right now, and I'm not leaving here without my stone.
The stone of Amazion. I'm just gonna point over to the other side of the chamber and see if anybody.
He gives you the finger.
See, Ansem, I
Darby
wouldn't
will
say
pull
you
out one
had
of the
any
fake
stones.
stones and go, "You see, I took it when you weren't paying attention. I was invisible."
Give me
at
a
one point."
deception roll.
Oh boy,
I
he's gonna
got
be
to
so
roll.
mad.
We're about to get killed, boys.
Anson's probably got like a plus 900 to his perception.
That actually is not bad for a deception. That is 25.
I will use thaumaturgy if you allow me to make the stone like blade.
Oh, I
Like,
can
go, like,
I can
glow.
prestidigitation a glow on it too.
He'll look over to you, hold his hand out, and say, "Give it to me."
Darby will toss
I'm
it
going.
over.
Oh, Darby, no!
You give it
I
to
just
him.
want to get out of here alive, man.
I'm gonna grab Darby's arm and pretend like it's real and be like, Darby, no, this is our only gambling chip.
Look,
So
you saw how great he was in
holster
this.
a pistol
this
and
fight.
pointed at Darby.
You guys saw how great he was in this combat. He could easily take all of us on by himself. I'm just doing the thing to save our lives right now.
Don't worry about it. And immediately Tetra comes up from behind Axum, cocks a gun, and places it to the back of his head.
Oh boy, we have a real standoff here, don't we?
Oy mi amigos, it's a Mexican standoff.
Hey.
I'm gonna start holding. I'm gonna hold my quarterstaff to Darby so I don't feel left out.
I'm just gonna hold the card in the air, not point it, just holding it in the air, ready to throw, while holding the stone
Hold
in
it
the other hand.
towards Joel.
I'll hold my card towards Joel, just behind
Dude,
me,
I'm
not even
not
looking.
even armed right now.
Joel, just hold your fist at Marilia or something. Get in
Just
on
point
this.
at someone. I don't
Standoff.
care. Do something.
He just touches her shoulder and is just like, "There, I'm harming you."
All right, good job. Now, Marilia, you pretend like you're about to cast a spell on Ansem the
On
Handsome
somebody,
here.
yeah.
We gotta get
Or
this
Arthur or something.
Ansem is furious. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Now,
Ansem, this is the biggest standoff I've ever been in. I think we need to take a moment
Yeah,
to
we need
appreciate.
to really.
I'm going to give
It's
you
all about
all
the Gravdas.
to the count of 3 to drop this entire act, and I promise that I might let some of you live.
Haha. That's
And you just
So
hear,
many
you just
seconds.
hear Tetra cock the gun, and just go. I don't know where those 2 went, but I'd suggest you guys go after them, and I'll take care of this asshole.
We already got the stone, so they might just be
Yeah.
hightailing it out of there because Ansem's kind of crazy.
I mean, he is trying to murder us right now.
Well,
don't blame
if you
them for
have
leaving.
the stone, then leave.
That's a
true.
good idea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk by Ansem and pat him on the ass on the way out.
Don't gotta tell me twice. I will holster my pistol and begin making my way this way as well.
All right, so you
will
guys kind
pocket
of
the
begin.
fake stone, dissipate the card, and just skip his hat and start walking out.
Arthur, as you go to leave, Lady Desiree reaches out and grabs your hand, and she's like, "If you have this stone, give it to me. How did you get it?"
Me? You saw my compatriot over there with the top hat? He's the one who has the stone, not
Then
me.
tell him to give it back to me. It is property of Sliver.
But then-
Darby, give
Yeah.
back Desiree the stone. It's apparently the property of Sliva.
But then what do we give to Ansem?
I don't. Yeah. One, I don't see Sliva's name on this stone anywhere. Two, what am I supposed to give Ansem then? I mean,
I think they should duke it out, and we'll give the
yeah,
winner the
you two
stone.
figure that out, whose stone it really is, and then I'll come back later and we can work this out.
I'm gonna need this back, and I'm gonna try and wring my wrist out of her hand.
You do it with ease.
I'm going to, as I do that, I'm going to spin around to make my way over the top of the chairs and like kind of give her face a light tap with the end of my tail.
All right, and she's just like, "Oh!" As you hit her, you kind of slap her across the face with her tail, and she stammers and
Disrespect.
is everyone leaving at this point?
Oh,
Besides
yes.
Tetra?
Arthur's trying to slide out, yeah.
Yes. I'm
All
gonna
right,
slide
so
out.
you guys all start shuffling your way out then after Sentinel and Jamie. Ansem goes for a swipe. Tetra pulls the trigger on her gun. He quickly dekes down. The bullet sails by him, just missing by an inch. And as he flings around with his rapier, he has her in her offhand and blocks the blade, locking the 2 rapiers together. And the 2 of them enter sword combat. Lady Desiree, seeing what's going on, charges up the stairs to make her way out and around to go after you guys. The rest of you, you're now outside. You don't really know where Sentinel and Jamie have gone. They've hightailed it out of there. As for Sentinel and Jamie, you guys are chasing after or headed towards this area that Sentinel, you detected this person go to. You don't have a lock on them anymore, but you know where they're going.
Since I don't know where Sentinel and Jamie are or where they headed off to, the first thing I'm going to do as I exited the building is I'm going to try to make my way to the front of the building and try to let the nimble rights up front know that nobody should leave the building. That anybody who tries to leave should be stopped. That there's an emergency on the inside.
As you go up to the nimble rights, the 4 of them are standing there, and you explain this to them. The one looks at you and goes, "I'm sorry, buddy. Tonight's show has already started."
You have to talk to it here.
Okay, I'm just gonna turn around and leave then.
I'm gonna look for the giant chicken footprints in the snow and attempt to follow
You
them.
easily find the giant chicken footprints in the snow.
And I'm gonna start booking it in the direction of the footprints.
All right.
I guess the plop prints.
Do you point that out to the rest of the group?
Yes, I will.
They're not talon prints because I've got shoes on.
He has shoes on.
That's true.
I thought you just had taps on.
Nope, they're just
That's
big. They look like big old clown shoe, steps in the snow.
Regardless, they will be very obvious to tell from everyone else. No one wears that sleigh shoe, but I will nudge Darian and point this way. Yeah.
All right, so Darby indicates to you, Darian, where he's going. He begins taking off that way.
And as I see Arthur, I'll just call to him and say,
You just kind of let
I'm
everyone
following.
know then.
Yeah, I'm just calling
All right.
out.
So you let Arthur, Darian know, and then Joe and Marilli here, and they take off with you guys after Jamie Sentinel. Jamie Sentinel, your trek after a bit leads you to a section of the first layer, not Old Town, but another incredibly old section of the first layer, one of the first areas ever created in high water when it converted from a standard shore city to the floating city. These old towers are that old, perhaps older. Sentinel, the kind of center tower here, the only one that could be hospitable to anyone, is the other ones have been burned out, blown out, not much left of them. This is the only spot that somebody could be here with the stone.
Catch up to him with that long strider, Sentinel. Tackle his ass.
Yeah, so I'll go up to the door of the tower and then use my magic awareness again to see if I can sense the exact location again.
You sense the same magical presence at the top of the tower. It's a two-story tower.
Dr. Watts,
okay, just one sec. Does your magical thing just do for one item? What does it
It's
sense
it's
just
detect magic, right?
of any spell or magic item within 60 feet.
Yeah, so all of them.
All right, so you not only detect that same magical wondrous item. Oh, come on, don't freeze up on me, computer here. You also detect. Does it give you the exact spell?
It gives you the School of Magic, I believe.
You detect a conjuration spell, a massive conjuration spell happening at the top of this tower.
Oh shoot.
Oh boy. Powerful
They
wizard.
might be using it. Okay, Dr. Watts, it's at the top of the tower.
What does the tower look like?
It is a large rounded tower that comes up to a slightly widened basin, only 2 stories, so it's not super tall. Made of brick.
Is there windows?
There are windows, but they're only at the second layer, and they're very narrow. They're only about yay big. Looks like at one point this was used as some form of guard tower where someone would be able to put an arrow or a crossbow through the hole and shoot it, but they're not large enough to get a person through unless you were Aster's size.
Dang. Aster could have been useful for once.
How dare you?
All right, well then I guess we just go inside.
I'm kidding.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
With Sentinel, you and Jamie head on in, unless you don't want to go in as well, Sentinel. But that's totally up to you.
Nope, I'll follow him in.
You guys are not waiting for the rest of the group then.
We would have been there a lot faster than
You would have. That's why I'm
No.
asking.
Because I have Long Strider and Jamie's
Oh,
Urchin.
yeah, and Urchin. Literally takes us twice as long.
I'm just gonna move the whole group over there. There you go. Can you guys see your pawns?
No.
Nope.
Did these not move?
Not that.
Oh, I know why. Because I didn't reveal. Here, I'll just do this to make it easy. Now you should be able to see your pawns.
Hey.
All right, you are in the entrance of the stone tower here. And here you have the vestibule. It has tiny peepholes with a closed iron shutter on the inside. Rotted tapestries adorn the walls, and mud and dirt have accumulated on the floors. Obviously, despite being an iron door, it wasn't much of a threat since you guys busted it right open.
Okie doke.
Looks like a door's ahead of us.
There is
Yeah.
a door ahead of you guys. Here, I will reveal that a little more.
All right.
It also, do you open a sentinel?
Yeah.
It opens without too much difficulty. This is the ground level. There's a stone spiral staircase that curls up into the tower and back into the cellar. Set into the west wall is a fireplace, blackened with soot. A burned heap that used to be padded leather chairs lies within the fireplace. Jamie, do you follow Sentinel into this room as well?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll move your pawn.
What you want to do, Jamie?
Up the stairs, probably, right?
Yeah.
You go into the fireplace.
Alright, so you guys head up the stairs then.
Yep.
Yes.
Fireplace is actually one of those orbs of destruction or whatever from
Just wanted to give him the option.
yeah. Just in case.
Dang.
Oh, wow, there's a lot of people.
Alright,
Uh-oh.
you guys make your way up there, and you see a large painted circle on the ground as if someone is performing some type of ritual. This woman here, clutching a good-sized stone, it's probably about yay big, with 3 grayish-looking eyes that are not painted on. The stone itself has eyes set into it that are blinking. Chants a thing in some other unworldly language unless someone knows Infernal between the two of you. Around her are 4 acolytes and another hooded figure that stands there. And Sentinel, as you charge your way up and see this and begin looking around as this ritual is happening with the stone, the hooded figure stops, has a hammer that they're holding right here and drops it slightly, pulls back their hood, looks at you and says, "My God, Sentinel, is that you?" And you recognize your old friend, Lilyhammer.
What?
That's
Lily,
very appropriate as well.
what are you doing? I mean, last I heard, you were around,
I'm
but
gonna get out of the circle to have this conversation.
That's fair.
I'm gonna make my way towards the person with the stone.
As you guys have arrived, the ritual has stopped, and she looks up and sees you kind of coming towards her, Jamie, and I need to swap out my peoples right now. So give me just a moment.
Dang.
She immediately brandishes a dagger at you.
Mm-hmm.
Not a foot closer!
I can't get any closer to you than I am at this moment. So I think we're good. I'm gonna put my hands up.
And, Sentinel, for your question to Lilyhammer, she steps one step forward into the circle, looks at you and goes, "I've been here this entire time, Sentinel. I've seen some things in the last few months since I've headed out for the Citadel. Grave and horrible things. How are you doing, old friend?"
Well, I've got a good group of people. A new squad that I've, have done really well. Just trying to, make ends meet and, find a home out here. Doomlance, he says hi. The last time we met him in the forest, and he was concerned about you, wanted to see how you were doing.
I'm glad that Doomlance is doing well. I had worried that something ill may have befallen him, given the state of the world right now.
I mean, what's all this? It seems like you're in a bit of a bad crowd here.
Not a bad crowd at all, Sentinel.
not a bad crowd in the slightest. These people here, these necromancers, they're not here to kill the world. They're here to save the world. Xanthro! I've met him. I came to Highwater and I met him. He's a wonderfully intelligent person. Sentinel, he's discovered so much about what things mean. He knows the truth about what we seek. He knows how to end the beckonings. That's why we're doing all of this right now, to save Elyssia.
I mean, I've only heard a little bit about the beckonings. Are they as bad as people say they are?
The undead rise, attack the living without any abandon, without any reason or thought. It almost destroyed all of the living at one time. Sentinel, all hope for this world is gone. Don't you know? The goddess is dead. There is no saving us from a beckoning. The artifacts are no more. Only Xanthro, with the use of this treasure, can save us.
What do you mean the goddess is dead?
She's no more. She hasn't been around for thousands of years. There's been nothing.
While they're having this conversation, I'm 100% positioning myself to steal the stone and leave.
This lady is definitely kind of defending it in the best way that she can, and she's kind of like stepping back from you as these acolytes are kind of making their way on in here, Jamie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that conversation is still going on, and I'm just gonna wait for like something to happen, and the moment she looks away, I'm going to ready in action to take the stone.
So you have an action ready to try and take the stone from her.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sentinel, back to your conversation with Lilyhammer. What do you have to say to this?
I mean, all that, isn't that like the champion? And that's way bigger than us.
No.
Like, what?
The champion serves a dead goddess at this point. She has no hope of saving Elyssia. Only Xanthro does. Only Xanthro can save Elyssia with this treasure. You think it gold and riches, but it's not. It's something so much more than that. It can end the very beckonings that we fear.
Do you
Why?
really think this Xanthro guy can do that?
Xanthro has been researching the dead for millennium. He understands them more than anyone. And you all look at him like he is a monster, but he's not.
How do you know that?
He's shown me so many things. He's entered my mind's eye, you could say. Bringing out enlightenment to me, letting me see the past and the present and the future, letting me see what fate befalls Elyssia if we do not act today. And that is what we're doing. We're giving the stone to him so that he can find the treasure. No more of this running around with it. No more of this clawing at hopelessness. We all have hope after today, Sentinel.
And she brandishes the hammer at you.
Please, my old friend, choose hope with us.
All this over some treasure? Do you think this treasure
not-
can...
It's not a treasure like coins or jewels or riches. It's a tool. A tool to end beckonings once and for all.
I mean, Dr. Watts, do you hear what she's saying?
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
100%.
do you believe her?
I don't think the goddess exists in the first place, so I feel like I'm not the best person to ask. Or are you talking about like working with necromancers in order to do some necromancy stuff in order to stop beckonings or whatever? That's what
I
you're saying?
mean, we're just here for the gold. Am I?
Well,
we're gonna.
I'm kind of here for the people who killed all the innocent people outside of our inn.
Who she works for.
Yeah, who this person works for and was more than happy to kill, just like people who weren't doing anything, men, women, and children. Almost killed Aster, our friend, and
Elise,
put a
not
bunch of
Elise.
Elise, our friend, and put a bunch of young children who don't have anywhere else to go in mortal danger. So, if you're asking me whether I think a crazy person would do that, the answer is yes. If you're asking me whether your friend is to be trusted, I couldn't tell you that. But I believe that anybody who is willing to kill innocent people to get their way is not the best person.
Save all of Elyssia.
Every single person.
I mean, everyone's gonna
all of the sacrifices.
everyone's gonna have
build
more
to
than
this.
enough. Yeah. And everybody gets to make those decisions except for the people that die and that were murdered. They don't actually get to have that say. So yeah, sure, whatever. Whoever's the strongest gets to decide who lives and who dies. That's how you're. If that's what I'm just a stitcher from the alleyway. Doesn't bother me any. I don't have any weapons and I'm not here to hurt it. So
At this point, I will say the rest of the party has arrived.
Hello
Which is why
there.
I made your
Hello.
pawns appear.
Yes,
So-
I noticed.
Having not heard any of this conversation
same.
and looking for our friends, I'm gonna book it into the next room.
Same.
All right, so you guys, I'm assuming you'll go in the next room and make your way up.
Yeah.
Start making
All
That's
right,
decisions.
so while you're doing that, we'll do a little more conversing between Lilyhammer and Sentinel. But I will go ahead, and if you guys would like to move yourselves in any of these kind of 4 spots around the staircase here, you are welcome to do that.
Sentinel, you have to believe me. Think of all of the raids. Think of all of the hunts that we've been on together.
I'm
Would I
taking
lie
the
to you
stone.
like this?
by the way, if they walk in, like there's
They
no
enter.
way she's not looking at them.
Yep,
And
I
I'm
will agree with that.
100% going
Give
after
me. We're gonna do a contested here.
that. Mhm.
I need you to give me either. I don't know for this one. You can do sleight of hand if you'd like. I would say.
I will do that. That's my thing. Woo! That's a 24.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah. Wow. She rolled really well too, but it's only a 22. So, Jamie, you are able to wrestle the stone away from her.
And I have it. And yeah, I don't even actually know what I'll do with it now. Now that everybody's
So
up here.
immediately as you grab the stone, Jamie, this
I'm open,
overwhelming,
I'm open.
this
Yeah.
overwhelming sense of magical energy like envelops you at this point. Because you're not a magic user yourself, you've never experienced anything like this before. It's like something's in your brain talking to you, and you just hear this deep, guttural voice say,
Attune to me. Attune to me.
It's so like brain-numbingly like violent, like you've never experienced. It's almost disoriented. You feel sick. You feel like you could faint. That's how bad this feeling is right now.
Like the orb from Lord of the Rings. Like one of those Palantirs, whatever they're called.
Maybe a little bit.
Um,
Because Jamie stole the stone, that's gonna kick off some combat here, especially because everyone just showed up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why is everyone gonna break out into fights when Arthur shows up, guys? Come
I
on.
know. We show up and
You're
everyone's like, "Oh,
intimidating.
time to fight." Oh man,
It's not too bad.
decent again. I rolled pretty bad last. Oh, okay.
oh
that's a
no,
little
I
better.
rolled a 10, so I got a 19.
Stop.
Rolled a 10 and I got a 17.
I rolled a 12 and I have a 16.
Feels bad, man.
I know. I only have an 18 dexterity. I'm sorry.
Well, I have a 20 dex and
Yeah.
I get
And
to
you
add
get your
my charisma.
Yeah. I don't get any fancy abilities like that. Instead, I just get to, exist and cast magic.
Also, too, as you guys arrive, the magic circle begins to light up and feel almost hot.
Oh, great.
Ha-da-da-da-da-da.
Well, this is gonna be
Mr. Kips!
interesting.
That's me.
Oh, Sentinel wasn't in yet.
Sorry.
Also, Joel and Marilli also have
No.
0. I don't know if that's
Oh, I
intentional.
forgot to
But they're
roll
not
for them.
coming.
I
Oh,
should
they
roll
are
for
coming.
Marilli.
Oh,
Yeah, they're here.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, Marilli matters. Joel, I don't give a shit about. He's just gonna go stand out from the. Oops, that's everyone.
Ah!
Everyone moved. Joel's just gonna stand in the corner and watch because that's what Joel does.
That's fair.
All right, Sentinel. Lilyhammer is pleaded with you at this point about this. What will you do?
Actually, no one's attacked any. Everyone looks
Yeah,
hostile.
no one
No
has
one's
attacked
attacked
anything
anybody
yet.
yet, right?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'm
Everyone
assuming
looks
weapons
hostile.
are drawn, but no one has actively swung. Or this hand.
Yeah, so I'm gonna walk over to Lily and
You may move yourself.
I plead back. I go, we can. I mean, with all of this, like, we can find a way other than to work with necromancers. I mean, we know necromancy is just not of the goddess.
It doesn't matter, Sentinel. There's nothing of the goddess anymore. She's dead.
She wasn't real.
Sentinel's magic is literally comes from her.
Yeah, I know.
His existence, literally. I love how you're like an atheist when Sentinel's his very existence is like.
Like being an
Wizards
atheist
do
when
wizard
Jesus
stuff
was
all the
walking
time.
the earth.
Wizards do wizard stuff all the time.
That's true,
That,
though.
like, what are you supposed to? Okay.
Do not exist all the time.
Yo, I haven't seen
It was
everything.
funny though. I do like that.
There's a floating city.
It do be like that.
Sentinel,
People
what's your
think it
response
do,
to
but it do.
So I'm just gonna say, you know, I'm not gonna hurt you, but for these necromancers, they have to pay for their crimes. They killed innocent people.
They've killed people to obtain salvation for the rest of Elyssia. Doesn't that have some type of merit to it?
I mean, this is a treasure hunt. This isn't like a battle against Braska to save the world. This
Is it? That's exactly what this is here, Sentinel. We're going to kill the very thing that has plagued this world with so much hate and death.
Classism? That's crazy.
It's your choice, Lily, but we're gonna stop this.
You're going to stop me, Sentinel. Then I have no choice but to raise my hammer against you and strike you down.
If that's your choice, that's your choice.
All right, Sentinel, what will you do?
I'm gonna turn towards the necromancer that's next to me, and take a swipe at it.
Go ahead.
But then I will bonus action rage before I do
No.
that.
Righteous anger this time, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and just in time, all of a sudden, right in this spot between these two people, these two necromancers,
Oh, it's the thing again.
all of a sudden, you see this jellyfish-like creature come in with he's got a big old cigar, and he's like, "Let's back, baby!"
Oh, let's go.
And he explodes for one whole damage to the two of them. They have to make a dexterity saving throw first.
That's amazing.
That's
love-
probably both of them fail.
Oh,
This is
wow.
the great.
So they both take a damage.
I love the
What's his
idea.
HP there, Sentinel?
No, Flint just
No.
blows up.
Yeah, he
literally
just
just
pops in and
instantly
explodes
blows
for
up.
like a D4.
D6 of force
D6,
damage.
Yeah.
All right, so they took a D6 of force damage, and they're just like, "Oh, what the hell happened there?"
And then
Alright.
I will attack them recklessly.
Go ahead.
Alright, oh my gosh. Literally, the last 4 times I have rolled a natural 20 every single time. I've never seen this happen before.
Go ahead.
Stand while being a barbarian is so great.
Okay.
Energy is just pouring into you.
Oh wait, this
That's
guy.
16 plus 2 is 18 damage.
Yeah, you just murder him in one spot. So Flynn explodes, and as he explodes, you just swipe around and just cut right across this necromancer's neck, and blood just sprays out.
It's
and
just like
drops it back.
Just like
dead.
Goku's like spirit shows up behind Gohan, Thaka's spirit is just like right behind Sentinel. This is
Here we
beautiful.
Necromancer.
That's it.
Hippies.
Good job, Sentinel.
That's me.
That's him.
Well, I guess we're into it now.
Yeah, we're into it, unfortunately.
I'm gonna. Let's see who goes next.
Human lady.
Trying to do some strategery. I am going to. I'm gonna draw my bow. Nobody's really attacked me yet, so I'm just gonna wait, and for the first, to anybody who attacks me, I'm gonna shoot them. Whether it's the person next to me or one of the necromancers. So I'm just gonna be readying an arrow.
Okay. So an arrow is ready for whoever attacks. The priest will go next, and they are going to attempt to take the stone back from you, Jamie. So it'll be another.
It is hidden on my person. Are we going to be?
It's kind of hard to hide it on your person. It's
like an egg.
big.
Dinosaur egg.
Oh,
It's
it's that
huge.
big. I thought it was
It's
smaller.
huge.
Okay.
So they're gonna try to take it back from you. So I'm gonna say strength contested here.
Oh, well, if they're trying to take it, I can also do acrobatics to get away.
Acrobatics
from
works as well.
me. Sweet.
Yeah.
That is a
Initiative uses
23.
Athletics and then...
Oh, I'm sorry. A what?
23.
23.
They are not able to take it back from you with a 17.
Nice. That's good. That's good.
Arthur, you're next.
I am going to. So assessing the situation. Obviously, Sentinel is very emotional. Just murdered a necromancer who we believe to be a necromancer. This person looks different. Is there a reason why?
That's Lilyhammer.
Okay.
It's a dwarf.
This is like a priest of some kind.
Yeah,
then.
that's a priest. This is Lilyhammer, and these are just acolyte necromancers.
Like, is this like a necromantic priest, or is it like a priest of Braska? Like, what?
No,
does
the
it look like a normal?
necromantic priest.
Okay, doesn't look like a normal like priest of the goddess.
No,
right?
not like of the god. It's just necromancer priest.
All right. Arthur's going to step forward, kind of getting in between this person and Morelli, and he's going to take 2 swipes at them.
Go ahead.
That is going to be 22 to hit.
That'll hit,
All right, that's going to be.
and you'll get
Sneak
sneak attack if Morelli's there.
That's 11 plus 3 is 14 plus 5 is 19 damage.
One sec, I have to move them so I can put the red X over them because they immediately die.
All right. I am then going to step here and take my second attack against this one. Then
Go ahead.
that is a 24 to hit.
That hits.
That is 5 damage.
Not quite dead, but takes quite a bit of damage.
Okay,
Anything
and
else for you, Arthur?
I'm going to swing around this necromancer, 5, 10, and position myself between him and flank him between me and Morelli, and then position myself in front of Joel.
Sounds good. Darby.
Oh boy, I have no spell slots. But that is okay. I have other things.
That's the plight of the warlock.
Yes, it's fine though. So I'm going to
You
move
did your moves.
20 feet, kind of up against the corner here. Or well, I guess there's only a
I'll
corner in a
reveal
circle.
that. I'll reveal that a little bit better too.
And
You
I
just scooch on by the dead body.
Yeah. I mean, hey, I gotta get away from people as best I can. And I will, using my wonderful Fey Touch feat, I will cast a level 1 Hex on this person right here, the one that Arthur attacked, for my bonus
Okay.
action. Not that I think it'll come up, really, but I will Hex Strength. Specifically.
Okay. So what
Because
do they have
Hex
to do
gives,
then?
I think, disadvantage. I'll double check, but it gives me a d6 of necrotic damage when I hit it, and also I choose an ability when I cast a spell. They have disadvantage on ability checks made with that ability, but attack rolls are not an ability check. So
All right. So they have disadvantage on strength rolls.
yes, on any strength ability check that they make, and
Okay.
then I will huck a card at them.
Go ahead.
For my main action, which is a 23.
That hits.
I have a feeling we're about to have one less necromancer doing. Okay. That is 4 necrotic damage, and then 15 force damage.
All right, so you move back and you huck the card. It pierces right through the acolyte's head, and it falls over dead.
And that will be everything for me once I add it to my... Okay.
Jamie, you are next. Your brain is fogged from this thing begging you to attune to it. It's going to make doing things difficult.
Well, I'm disengaging from this person. 5, 10, 15, and I'm gonna go down the stairs. At least, I don't know, halfway.
I'll say you're able to make it to the top of the stairs due to the stone at this point.
Oh, so I can't. Well, then I'll use
can't-
my action to move the other halfway down.
Okay.
Bonus action disengage. Use my action to dash. Go halfway down.
Okay, so you'll be about halfway down then.
Yep.
All right.
Go back to
So
hiding
this,
people.
ironically, the acolyte that's not dead is going to go, and seeing you
Yeah.
leave, it's going to cast Sacred Flame on you, Jamie.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
All right, I need you to do a dex save.
Cool. Good job. Oh, that's not great. 10.
It actually hits you. You take 8 points of fire damage.
Oh, okay.
Somebody else control that.
Okie dokie.
And seeing that you started anything... Oh, that's the acolyte's turn. That's their turn. Seeing what you did there, Jamie, Lilyhammer watches you go down and goes 5, 10, 15. Darian and Sentinel, you may take attacks against opportunities if you'd like against Lilyhammer.
You do not have to.
I'm choosing not to.
Darian?
You can take a disarming attack if you wanted to.
Yeah. Or you can just use your athletics to like push him. A
And
shove
I'm
attack
prone.
can drop somebody prone and not hurt them.
Okay. Yeah. I'll
Go
do
ahead.
something like that.
Which I believe is contested for shove, right?
It is.
That's athletics versus athletics, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
And you're raging, so you should have some sort of bonus to that, no?
Advantage.
I
Advantage?
don't think so.
On saving throws. Oh, and strength checks, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so yeah,
you're
yeah, you would
good.
have it.
You're
Yep.
good.
Which is good because I rolled a 6.
And then I wish I
That
hexed
is-
hexed Lilyhammer now.
14.
You tie.
Oh.
What is your strength mod?
A +4.
What's your actual strength number?
18.
Wow, you both tie. And generally speaking, ties go to the aggressor, so she falls.
Nice.
Just knocked prone.
Yep. So that was 5. Half her movement would be 15, so she can make 5 more feet of movement, so she'll go there. Darren, you still get an opportunity of attack.
If you want it. You don't have to take it.
I know she's Sentinel's friend, so I'm not gonna take it.
I'm with you to the end of the line.
You're not gonna take it?
Nope.
All right. They're gonna huck a javelin at you then, Jamie.
I should have like either full
Hey,
cover or half
I was
cover.
gonna say it doesn't matter. They roll a 2, so as they throw it, it just strikes the wall. There. Merle is gonna go. She is going to attack the acolyte that attacked Jamie. She will hit the acolyte that attacked Jamie, and do enough damage to kill it, right on the money.
Nice.
Okay, well, no count.
Joe applauds. He's like, "Go job, Marilla, you did it."
Mm.
Sentinel.
I am going to try to grapple Lilyhammer.
Go ahead. That's another contested strength.
Lilyhammer can use acrobatics if it. I'm assuming.
She is not going to.
I'm assuming athletics is better. Just as
A
You get
dirty
advantage.
20.
A dirty 20?
Yeah, so you
Yep.
have advantage.
Are
as
you
well.
kidding? She also rolled a dirty 20.
Yeah.
So
Dramatic.
you grappled her. It's a tie.
Wow.
So you are both restrained, I believe, right?
Oh no. She is restrained. He is
Hammer's
grappled.
restrained.
I
Correct.
am I guess I'm wrong on that. I remember grappling rules are weak.
But when you want to grab or wrestle with it, okay. The target of your grapple must be no. Okay.
Which they aren't.
Trying to. Okay. The conditions. If you succeed, you subject the target to the grappled condition.
Yeah,
Condition
they are
specifies the things, and you can release the target whenever you would like. A grappled creature can use its action to escape. Has to do all of that kind of stuff, moving or grappled. It doesn't say the condition. I don't know what the condition
No,
is.
you are.
It's
They have the
restrained.
grappled.
Speed
condition.
becomes
Yeah.
0 and can't benefit from any bonuses to its speed. The condition ends if the grappler is incapacitated. The condition also ends if an effect removes the grappled creature from the reach of the grappler or the grappling effect, such as when the creature is hurled away by Thunderwave spell.
So they just can't move.
Mhm. And they have to use their action to get away from you.
Yep.
So Sentinel, you have Lilyhammer in your grasp, and as you grab hold of her, the stone that radiates around you, the magic circle that radiates around you, begins to grow hotter and hotter by the second, until finally a blast of light causes 3 figures to appear.
Oh, shoot.
One is an
Oh my
undead
gosh.
vestige of what looked to be a powerful warrior. The other, Jamie, despite being partially down the stairs, if you were able to catch sight of it, is a very familiar man that you have encountered at the Gralhund Manor who almost took your life from you.
I remember that guy.
And finally, I will just show you the image, is a black-hooded necromancer. There is an image for you.
Yep.
Great.
Oh.
Stands there, kind of looks around for a second, sees what has befallen everything, and says, "Well now, I did not expect quite the mess when I arrived to claim my stone. I assume you are the ruffians who've taken care of this in such a way."
Jamie, run.
Yeah, I don't know what else to do.
Jamie, you're gonna take off. The hooded figure looks over to the Dusk Elf assassin and goes, "Bring me my stone, if you wouldn't mind. I grow weary without it." And he chases after you. Here's how we're gonna do this. Jamie, why don't you move yourself down to the first layer here?
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna just do some general conversing real quick before we go any further with what's about to happen. Obviously, this guy, who I'll also move here, is taking off after you. Him being there and you being down there is not indicative of him just teleporting down there and you dealing with him at this moment. You have a head start here. But this is also happening during this conversation.
With him moving to chase after Jamie, do Sentinel and Darian get opportunity?
He uses,
to
he,
attack
yeah,
him?
he is a rogue type. He disengages as a bonus.
Okay, makes sense.
That's fair.
And I'm grappling, so I wouldn't even.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
yeah, you
That's
can't.
fair.
Mm-hmm.
Necessarily do that with that.
It's so interesting to see all of you here in one place. You've been like small pups snipping at my heel for the last few days, and it's grown most irritating. Perhaps I should introduce myself. Xanthro Willowspark. And I owe the pleasure, I believe, to Sentinel, Arthur Wake, Darby Lyondell, Darian Kipps, but more entertaining to me.
And he kind of looks back to Joel and Marilli. Former champion of Highwater, Joel Stevenson, in the flesh before me.
why your dog friend has chased me practically to hell and back. And she is no closer to obtaining her goal. Makes me laugh a little bit. Makes me giddy on the inside. Now tell me, what does a lot like you want with the Stone of Amazia? It seems such a petty thing for such a insignificant speck in Elysia's history.
We just want to fix up our inn.
That you destroyed.
I apologize profusely. My consort, Ursula, has a tendency to do things that are not of me. Many of my men do. The death, the dying, the crying, those sort of things. The torture. They'd never come from me. I merely bring the dead back to life and give them a second chance. What they do apart from me for our goals is not of me, and I hope you would not judge me in that way.
Oh, of course not.
No.
Does that mean you're
Because
gonna
if we
help
don't take
repair
it-
our inn?
Yeah, don't excuse us if we don't take your word for it.
I wouldn't anticipate or expect you to. But I will make things very simple right now. Very simple. Your friend has just departed with the Stone of Amazia. The stone I am looking to use to find a weapon that will end beckonings once and for all by piercing a heart straight through Braska's chest and ceasing his dark magic. I think we can all agree that ending beckonings is beneficial to Elyssia.
How does that work exactly?
You're still out on that one.
Yeah.
The Stone of Amazia leads to a treasure of gold, I am assured some of you believe. It is not
That is
of
correct.
gold. It is a more powerful item, a weapon capable of piercing down a god itself, striking it clean through its divine chest, and returning its body to ash.
If you're so against the beckonings, why do you basically do mini beckonings on your own by bringing people
I have
back
been
to life?
researching the undead for years to learn their ways, find a way to fully control them and control beckonings once and for all. If we control the beckonings, we would be able to save so many people. Unfortunately, nothing can control the madness of undeath brought upon by Braska. So I have elected to go about it this way. And I recommend you do not stand in my way any further.
The issue, your argument sounds good, but the issue that I take is you openly limit control and controlling of undeath, but that also presents your situation as saving or bringing a second chance to something that has died. From all the undeath I've seen, whatever's being brought back does not get a choice.
You're correct in that. But those that are dead no longer possess their souls. They've long departed into the nothingness of this world, waiting for a beckoning to draw them back into their bodies so that they may attack the living. I provide them a way out from that, a restore of their souls under my guidance, so that they will not become mindless beasts that will seek to kill the living. They won't destroy their friends, their families, their children. I provide that respite, and once beckonings are over by my hand, no one will have to worry about it ever again, and necromancy itself can cease.
Not buying it.
You don't need to buy it. You simply need to obey. Fetch your friend. Give me the Stone of Amazia. I will not ask a second time.
Go fetch me. We can all leave.
But what if you're wrong about all this?
I
There's
have
no way you
long-
can know.
I have long researched these things. I am not wrong. Would you rather the next beckoning come, which mind you is a very eve of? And there is nothing, No goddess to protect us, no holy relics to prop us up for another 100, 500,000 years. A beckoning could stop tomorrow and there's nothing this world could do about it. I provide hope. What do you provide, Dusk Elf?
Well, I definitely don't provide the destruction of other people's property. But there's at least that.
I do what is good for this world. Yo-In will come and pass like many others, and the people who have died to build this hope will come to pass as well.
Any hope that's built on death isn't worth it.
Well, unfortunately, that is what I prescribe my very existence to. My very drive and research is to this, and it is why I've recruited so many that agree with me. This young Gorg woman, she agrees with me. Urzel Flotsam agrees with me. And everyone who bears the Black Hood agrees with me. So perhaps you, my friends, are in the minority. So I will ask one final time. The stone, please. I simply wish to depart without any bloodshed. There's been so many that have died today, the day before. The Growlhand Manor was a real tragedy. And I would hate to see it happen here.
You don't have the stone.
Yeah,
Your friend does, and you can get it from him.
Our
we're
friend
assuming
is
we
gone.
can catch it. Yeah.
He's also pretty
Wow.
stubborn, so I don't think we'd call it out to him if he would come back.
Very well then. Perhaps this will convince him otherwise to come back and bring it to me. That would be quite beneficial if you ask me. He turns towards Joel and Marilli, and he goes, something very interesting, former champion of Highwater. You blame me for bringing back Pontiff Rulish. I was not the one that crazed his mind. He did that on his own. Oh, it's such sad, pathetic things to see men of power bring themselves to such low levels for such meager roles. Champion of Highwater. Who gives a shit? You didn't. You forsook the role. And now your friend bears it like a cross, hunting me down. It doesn't matter, though. I will have my stone today. I will save this world, and it will be of no hope to champions, to really any of you. It will be because of Xanthro. He holds up a hand, snaps a finger, and says a single word. Amaria. And next to Joel, Marilli goes limp and collapses to the ground. Joel jumps upon her body the moment it falls, going, hey, Marilli, hey, what the hell's wrong with you, Marilli? Marilli, hey, Marilli? And with a blank, white-faced expression, he turns towards you, Darian, and says to you, she's not breathing. She's not moving. I think she's dead. And that's where we end tonight's session.
Ah,
You gotta be kidding me.
ah. Oh boy. Dang.
That wasn't very nice.
No, it was not.
That's not cool.
That was very mean of the bad guy to do.
That's not nice at all.
The snap 2.0.
Yeah. How dare the bad guy kill an innocent person?
Yeah. This is
What
his
the
whole
heck?
thing.
No, he didn't kill her. He provided hope. That's what he's saying. It's his
Oh,
whole
that's
message
true.
is
Oh,
hope.
My bad. He's
Yeah,
providing hope.
not
for
bad.
us.
Providing of innocent civilians.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What a guy.
Well, if he did think that we were going to get out of there without any sort of attacking, that wasn't the best way to go about it.
Yeah, no, that doesn't seem very smart at all.
You could have killed Joel, and we would have been like, all right, like, okay, maybe we won't attack you. But Merle's done nothing but nice
Oh.
things to people.
I know. She's
yeah,
such a great
yeah. So now it's gonna be a whole thing.
Oh.
Darby, if you'd like, real quick before the session ends, you may make an Arcana check on that spell.
Ooh.
Oh god.
that's
I
right,
feel like it
will
was
do that.
power word kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's clearly
That just
what it
should. I won't make them roll for it since the meta
Oh.
gives everyone the idea. Just let that be a reminder for how powerful Xanthro Willow Spark is.
Arthur don't care. TPK baby, let's go.
TK baby.
Star people
Arthur's
book it
died
out.
before. He says how many times has he said that Arthur's died before? He don't care.
That's true. Well, you've gone down the most at anyone, so.
We will pick up this session next week.
Oh, wait, I wanted to do the thing. I had a whole thing I had planned on doing.
Oh,
What's the thing?
Well, I don't know if he's chasing me or not.
He is chasing you, but we're gonna pick that all up next week.
Boo! I wasn't gonna go much farther, but I wanted to do a bit. Next time.
Save your bit.
Hold on,
We
hold on
will
to it.
immediately
Hold on to it.
start
Write
with
it
you,
down.
Jamie, so you can do your bit. Because technically, while they're conversing, you're running
Yeah,
away
you're
and doing
running.
all this with Ursul. So
Mm.
Ursel Flotsam.
Ursul Flotsam.